unfortunately, the mouse prevention system is also a keyboard prevention system. Okay, now I am recording.
Woo! So I have pretty incredible news for both of you. This is very important that you know this.
Okay.
I miraculously placed third in my fantasy baseball league.
Oh my God,
I just found out today.
That's great.
This is huge news. How many people were playing?
It's a 12-team league, so
Okay.
12 different people. So it's
Good
actually kind of hard to
job.
get a concentration of good players. I was in 6th place at the end of the year, so I just snuck into the playoffs. And I managed to win some games, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So I got 3rd place.
Congratulations.
That's
great.
bronze. I'll take it.
Good
I'll take the
work.
bronze.
Yeah, I mean, out
Yeah.
of 12.
You still medaled.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it that they say that the bronze is like the happiest? Because they
Yeah,
don't
because
expect
it's
you
like
at
I
first.
succeeded, but also like whatever.
But it's-
I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Like you didn't
second
Nobody's
expect
coming
you at
for me.
first. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second place is the saddest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Nobody
That's
wants to
the
be
real
second.
almost doesn't count. No, I mean, they feel the worst because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I was so fucking close.
Yeah.
Well, because and I don't know. Everybody. I don't know. I always heard like, oh, second is first worst or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
which is a very disgusting American way of thinking of
That's
things.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
and it's
loser.
interesting because we were all so coddled being millennials that we got trophies for everything, but for some reason I also absorbed this kind of hatred of not succeeding perfectly. It's
Yeah,
almost as if the
weird.
conversation's more nuanced than people give it credit for.
Weird.
That's a good point.
That doesn't happen very often. Here's what I.
You're right. I don't make good points.
Here's what I learned from all of the trophies I've received is they're a burden. Why do I?
Yeah,
Why do I
Mm.
still have them?
That's why I just don't succeed.
Oh,
That's
so
what you gotta
smart.
do.
This is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Just enough to not win anything,
Yeah.
but be
Mm.
ignored by anyone who has to decide who loses.
Mhm,
And you're
mhm.
you're golden.
Yeah.
I always admire when I listen to podcasts like Comedy Bang Bang or anything where an actor or an entertainment person comes
Mhm.
on,
Mhm.
and it's like, what do you do with your Emmys, or what do you do with your Oscars or your trophies or whatever? And like, it's the people who don't. They're like, I can't display this shit. Like, what do you?
Yeah. What?
What do I
This
do?
is
I get that it's
embarrassing.
cool, but like, I don't want this
donate it.
around.
Yeah.
I
This
melt
is
it and I make
humiliating.
rings.
Because you're
And I
Sonic the
give them to my
Hedgehog and you need
friends.
more. They add to your infinite life.
Friendship.
Because like
Melted
Rob
Oscars.
Lowe's, I don't know if you guys have seen Rob Lowe's like Instagram account, but he does a
Displays
lot
his.
of
He's got to
he-
display his like a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
got to
Oh.
overly display his.
because his son's been on talk shows, kind of, and his son's sort
Hmm.
of built a reputation of trolling his dad's Instagram account.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
It is pretty cute because it's obviously kind of a gimmick to make the son famous when he doesn't have any right to be other than nepo babyism. But that's not really the point. I think it's all
Yeah.
still adorable. The machinations aside. Yeah, there's like, Rob Lowe's like, oh, I'm just sweaty from a run. And then it's just like all of his like certificates from whatever thing that he was
Oh.
in. Like, it's just, low key flexing.
Lame. And also
Yeah.
real flexing. He just got back from a run.
Well, yeah, he's like, hey, look,
like, I
I'm
just
in,
gotta
I'm
take
in
off my
great
shirt
shape
and,
and I'm a winner. Oh, man.
Yeah.
My shirt fell. Oh, my pants are chafing. Me too. Whoops.
Ugh. What a
Um,
try hard.
that was a Simpsons reference. That was the first one of the night. My pants are chafing me.
Oh.
Jimbo says that to Bart's babysitter when they are making out because
Oh.
his opening game line is,
Oh.
"Oh man, my shirt's really chafing me. Mind if I take it off?"
Mhm, mhm.
It's
funny, right?
trying to imagine what I would do in that situation. I think I'd
Oh.
be like,
You're like,
well, you
do
can take off.
Yeah. No,
Get
there's no way
Okay.
that it actually works in practice. It's absurd.
I would just immediately be like, oh, I have baby powder. Do you need like something to
Yeah,
rub on it
problem
to-
solving.
Should you go shower? Like, what do you need?
I think I
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
Band-Aids. Is it your nipples?
Yeah. Because I mean, if they're getting raw, like we should probably stop everything we're doing now. Give you a
Mhm.
little chance to heal. Like I used to surf, whatever. Like I know that anyway. I didn't personally used to surf, but it's fun to play a character who did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what's that character's name? Is he in the room with us now?
Yes, he absolutely is. Speaking of characters,
Oh.
ahoy, listeners! This is Debut Buddies. It's a fortnightly podcast about firsts. My name is Nate. I am one of the buddies.
And my name is Kelly. I'm an additional buddy.
And my name is Chelsea. I'm the other buddy. I thought about calling myself Beetlejuice.
You
Yeah.
can. I was going to suggest that
we
we all
should have
say our
done
names
that.
3 times so that we can appear.
Oh.
Yeah, we should have each introed ourselves as
Shit.
Beetlejuice. What the fuck, you guys?
I know. Look.
Focus up.
But-
We got to do
There's
better
3
the
of us.
rest
It was
of the
perfect.
episode. I know. It was right there.
It is showtime, however. And we're going to be talking about a movie that is more appropriately named Hemolymph, being the blood of insects, specifically beetles.
Oh.
The
Gotcha.
juice that one might get by
Mhm.
wringing one of these sweet little babies out. We're talking about the first
Mhm.
Beetlejuice sequel, because you know what? It's still in theaters, and it's a
Yeah.
movie, and it's also spooky season, or it was
Okay.
recently.
It was, yeah.
It was recently.
It is now probably available on streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
It's true.
So if you didn't watch it in theaters,
It's gonna be available. Maybe if you've got one of those dollar theaters still, you can go see it. Go see a late run film.
Oh,
do places still have those? Oh God, I miss them.
God,
Some places
same.
must, right?
The discounted theater near us got a redux, and now it's like a grill and comfy seats.
Oh. Wait, is that good or bad?
No, they're not $1.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
normal price.
Boo.
Here, watch
Bastards.
old movies, but pay new movie prices.
Ugh,
No, I
they
don't
probably
want
would have had
to.
Strange Darling, which I can't see
Fuck.
because that was only in theaters for a week.
Yeah, missed it.
Far too many movies are only in theaters for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Francis Ford Coppola's Metropolis will probably be in theaters until the time of release.
Megalopolis, please.
Megalopolis. Yes, that's horribly my bad because I named a good movie,
Yeah.
and I have not seen Megalopolis, but by all accounts, it is something that we should cover on this show. I really think we have
definitely-
Do we
to.
have to? The first one.
No,
What?
I think we do a first Francis Ford Coppola lifelong vanity project, and we talk
Yeah,
about this
okay.
horrible 3.5 hour long Adam
Oh, no.
Driver movie.
I didn't want to see it until everybody was like,
Did you go see it?
can't- No, but
Oh,
everybody is
okay.
like, I cannot believe what I just watched, and now
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
have to go
God.
see it. Did you see it?
No, I'm so worried too. I'm so
Yeah, it's
afraid
terrible. Universally,
Ugh.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna have a great time.
I saw something that compared it to a Neil Breen film.
Who?
Neil Breen makes very low budget, self-indulgent movies where he is the lead actor, and he's not a conventionally handsome man, nor is he a conventionally talented actor.
Well,
He-
neither.
but-
Wait, okay.
He always puts himself in the role of like a
Oh.
hero who is constantly being seduced by women much younger than him. And none of the movies are very good. And the idea that they would be like, yeah, Coppola's maybe final film ever is something on that
Damn.
level, is like a Tommy Wiseau level film.
Yeah.
Okay. That's making it more tolerable.
Yeah, this is what I think. I think this is going to be a delightful car wreck that we can all
Yeah,
experience
exactly.
together.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it at some point. Well,
Okay.
it doesn't have to happen in the next 2 months or anything, but I think we could get around to it. I think that could be fun.
Okay.
And listeners, if you agree, email us, debutbuddies@gmail.com.
How about we just do the Val Kilmer movie he did?
Which
Oh.
which one was
That
that?
changed its name.
Ah,
Betwixt.
mhm.
It was Twixt, and then
Yep.
now it's Betwixt Now and Sunrise. And it
Yeah.
re-released in 2022.
Let's do.
Don't
both.
know why. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, this is gonna be a rough.
We could do that
We're doing
too.
it in like a
Look,
year, right? Like we don't.
Yeah.
I have time.
So we can watch it in
I'm
5 minutes.
Oh my
figuring that
God.
we probably just have to watch all the lesser Coppolas at some point. That'll be a thing we do. It's like the
Okay.
first bad Coppola movie, Godfather 3, and then we'll go from there.
We're gonna start fights.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Well, but that's what the show's about, right?
You're right. You're
That's
right.
true.
It's
The
debut
fundamental
bullies.
problem,
We've gone
yeah.
over it.
The problem with the show is that we don't fight enough
Mhm.
ourselves.
We
Right.
So we
can.
kind of have
can
to start just really
Let's do
agitating
it.
the listeners.
Today will be the day.
Yeah. It might be. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We've only fought on the show once, and it was Mamma Mia.
It's true. And that was barely a fight because I
Well.
caved almost immediately.
Oh, that was good. I liked being the third party in that and just being like, well,
Oh, it's on now. Look at
Kelly
this.
is really going to die on that hill. There
Yeah,
she goes.
Nate's taking his earrings out. It's a whole thing.
Oh,
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Don't.
don't do it. No.
He'd be a great guest, though.
He
Sorry, go
would.
on.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be a little stink. Would it smell like sulfur when Beetlejuice appears?
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
it smelled worse.
Great.
Mhm.
You're right. He did have
Sulfur, not so bad. I don't hate sulfur smell. He would smell like fart. Oh, that wasn't
See?
on the recording.
Still,
Oh, wow.
it's all in, and I love
Talked
it.
about
We're leaving
farts a
it.
lot
It's perfect.
earlier.
Yeah, hell farts.
Yeah,
Demon
yeah. We,
farts.
I don't know if you guys know this, but our pre-show warm-up is a fart off that we conduct over Zoom. It's kind of difficult because the mics don't pick it up very well. That's why we don't release the video either.
Yeah, sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait for the live show.
Look, the Debut Buddies full moon comes once every 4 years, so you're gonna have to wait. We'll be back. Yeah, Beetlejuice came out in 2024. Tim Burton returns. It's got a screenplay by Alfred Goff and Miles Miller, and it's a sequel to 1988's Beetlejuice. I don't know if we're all familiar with 1988's Beetlejuice, but it's a pretty good movie.
How
I
could we
think.
not
So
be?
good. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, yeah, we were all fully familiar with Beetlejuice.
Yeah, completely.
I'm Beetlejuice pilled.
Let's talk about original Beetlejuice for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time you saw original Beetlejuice, go.
Don't remember. I just
Yeah, I
it's
was a
like it
baby.
feels like it's part of me. Like I was born
Yeah.
with the knowledge of it in my brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It was probably on the TV whenever I was being born, you know?
same.
Great. Yeah.
Mhm.
Big same.
It's a popular midwife thing to put on, so I
Yeah.
understand. Just like,
call me.
quick, put Beetlejuice on. There will be parallels to the sequel, too, if we're talking
Yeah,
about
true.
giving birth.
Mm.
Just babies.
Oh, God.
Beetle babies.
Yeah,
I'd be
I don't
confused
know.
with Beetle Bailey.
Oh, he's different.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 He doesn't like the military, and that was subversive at the time, but it's actually very smart.
Yes. Yeah. I'm on his side. I'm with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Sarge.
Yeah, I don't know. I also feel like this is just innate knowledge for me. Like I grew up with Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I don't remember a first. It's always he's always been there.
Beetlejuice and like Drop Dead Fred were
Yes.
like my two weird guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
I gravitated towards as a child.
Very similar
also,
energies,
Yeah.
but very different.
Frankenfurter.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
came later in my life. So
Yeah.
This is interesting. We
should
got a
have.
thread here with like somewhat slender. Well, I don't know. Beetlejuice isn't that slender, but
no.
men with flamboyant hairstyles is the
yes.
thread.
That's
Well, that's how you know they're
and
kooky.
beautiful outfits.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, your flamboyant kooky men. Einstein,
Nose picking?
Beetlejuice,
Oh.
Drop Dead Fred,
Mhm.
Frankenfurter.
Fashion icons across
Yeah,
the board.
absolutely.
yeah.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I think 88. I wouldn't have seen this when it came out. I don't believe. I probably saw it when I was like 11 or 12.
What? How did Chelsea and I see this before you when it came out
Because you
before
both
Chelsea
said it was
born?
on when you were being born. Like, I don't have control over that. Like, it didn't exist when I was being born. I had to seek it out.
Oh yeah, I forgot that
That's
you're
fair.
older than us.
Yeah.
And I had, my parents would have looked at a film such as this and been like, I don't think this is appropriate for this little man here.
Aw.
We're going to
Aw.
wait.
So you
until
were a
he's-
square?
Until he's older.
When did you
Well,
grow
you know,
up?
it was probably just kind of scary, whatever, or gross. I don't know. Or they didn't want me to kind of become vaguely sexist, because that's really the only problem
That
with
is
the original
kind
Beetlejuice
Yeah,
is that he's like
yeah.
honking Gina Davis's boobs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is gross, but I think
Yeah.
that that's the point. I
It's
don't think
endearing.
that
It's very much a non-portrait of Dorian Gray situation. It's like, no, this
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
gross. Look,
Yeah.
he's gross on the
Immediate.
outside. He's gross on the inside.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get with this
Yeah.
guy.
hmm
Wait, so when you saw it when
Yeah.
10 or 11, did you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think the thing that
Oh, great
when I
question.
was younger, it legit scared me. Like I remember
Really?
It's when he's
being
like the snake thing that's
I
the
guess so.
weirdest. When his head comes off and he's
Yeah.
because
the
he's got
eyes.
like sharp teeth and the
Yeah,
snake
that
tongue
part.
and everything.
Mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm.
got
And the
me.
buggy eyes, the snake sequence, the Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin doing the haunts sequence scared me. Like the whole pulling your face long
I
and stuff and
loved
popping
that.
your eyes
That was
out.
so funny.
And then the ending sequence where like Gina Davis is slowly being leached of life,
Yeah, that one
manifested,
is
Oh,
like
that, yeah.
yeah.
that scared me. Those
That
things
part's
were
scary.
kind of dark and scary for 10, 11-year-old me. And
Mm-hmm.
then
That's fair.
in retrospect, like the times I have rewatched this, I just always admire how well it like knits a couple of very disparate feeling stories together into something that feels cohesive and very
Mhm.
like joyous, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's just like it's just beautiful. I think Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis are some of the best part of the movie, and I never would have.
Mhm.
I think from first watch, that wasn't the thing that I picked up on, right? Like I focused on
Mm.
the Beetlejuice stuff.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
It's
And you go back and
Beetlejuice.
rewatch and you're like, this is really about these two people coping with like moving
Yeah.
on, which is very cool.
Yeah. And that first one, I rewatched it a couple years ago for the first time in many years.
Mhm.
And like halfway through the movie, I was like, when is Beetlejuice going to show
No,
up?
he's not in it a
He's,
ton.
Yeah.
he's
He's in
not
it
in
very
it
little.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, you tap your watch a lot, and then he pops up briefly to talk, tiny inside
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
The model.
the town model. And then he's just kind of later on, right? He shows up as the haunt for the snake thing, and then he
Mhm.
pops in at the end for the wedding, and that's kind of it. That's all he does. He's very not in the movie. It's pretty interesting that they're able to do that much with just the combination of like, what about dead people who want a goofy family to leave their house? And what
Right.
about
Yeah.
this goofy family who we learn enough about to actually like?
It was, I think
Love.
originally it was supposed to be called Ghost House, and then Tim Burton
Yes.
had to fight for it to be Beetlejuice.
Ghost House would have been not
I
a
feel
good
like
name.
it would have made the movie forgettable. And
Oh,
because
yeah.
they made it Beetlejuice and you think about Beetlejuice when you watch
Yeah.
it, like, and
Yeah.
when you leave it, that sticks. It's
Well,
stuck.
yeah, you'd be like, oh, Ghost House, like you mean like Patrick
Which one is
Swayze and Demi
that?
Moore, like
New Monster
Yeah.
House.
are they moving into together finally?
Yeah.
They're gonna make Pottery
Right, yeah.
together.
Oh,
Is
cute.
that-
Good for them.
Yeah, they're gonna start a little pottery shop out in the country.
Love that for them. R.I.P.
Ghost kiln. Something about the substance. People like the substance, or they're saying
Oh,
that
I'm
they like the
hearing
substance.
yeah.
great things about
Yeah.
the substance.
I've not seen it yet,
Okay.
but yeah, people are
Me
talking the
either.
substance up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're up on substance. Did either of you watch the cartoon, the Beetlejuice
Yes.
cartoon that was on?
Mhm.
Okay, I watched the
I did.
shitload out of that. Like
Yeah, the cartoon
that was
was great.
on like in a perfect time frame for me, and it ran surprisingly long. There's like 150 episodes or
Whoa.
something. It's kind of wild.
I cannot
Who-
remember any of the plot, but it was just about Lydia and Beetlejuice being like doing stuff together and
Yeah.
being besties.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, they were just having a fun time.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. The main thing that I remember is Beetlejuice had like the tips of his fingers were red. Like rather than it being like painted fingernail, like the entire tip of the fingers were kind of pointy and red, and that was always off-putting to me. I don't know why. It was just like,
It
I
feels
don't this.
uncomfortable.
I don't like this. I don't like that
Huh.
that's happening.
Kelly's looking it up.
I am. I never watched it. I knew it existed, but I've never really even seen the imagery. What the fuck is up with his fingers?
Yeah, I don't know. But it is like the show is kind of like taking Beetlejuice as a concept and superimposing it on Aladdin, where
That's
like
fun.
Beetlejuice is the genie, Lydia is Aladdin. They're cruising around, getting into little bits of trouble. They they deal with sandworms, they deal with all sorts of stuff. It was great. It was a good time.
It was fun.
Though I haven't watched it in a
Who-
while, so I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah, same. I can picture the opening credits, but that's about it that comes to my head.
I assume it'll be one of those things where like it's incredibly slow paced compared to what I remember.
Yeah.
Because almost everything older, especially cartoons, is so slow paced. And it's like, well, yeah,
Yeah.
because you have very limited animation budgets and moving people around a lot costs a lot of
Yeah.
money. So
Mhm.
what if they just maybe sit in a ghost coffee shop for the next 20 minutes and
Perfect.
talk about their day? They'll just move their mouths.
Seinfeld, but with Beetlejuice.
Yeah. What's the deal with the afterlife?
Oh.
I'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should I watch the cartoon? I know we don't remember
Do
much
we
of
need
it,
to
but
watch
should
it?
I?
I would recommend
I
watching
give
it.
it a
And maybe
shot? Okay.
we propose that we do this. Yeah, maybe we can do some of the first episode or first
We've
season or
actually
something.
turned into a Beetlejuice podcast. So
Yeah, this is just the
Perfect.
Beetlejuice podcast now.
It was
Tim
only
Burton,
a matter of time.
start sending us checks. We're doing the work.
Yeah, and please don't sue us.
No, yeah. Look, we're not going to say anything.
Beetle
Like-
buddies.
Yeah.
oh, it's perfect. I love it so much.
It is. It's perfect. Speaking of perfect, they released another movie. They released another
Yeah.
movie called Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. To remind you that
Just-
that's 2 times.
Yep.
And if you see all
Um,
3 movies, then that's enough to summon him. That's literally all it takes. But it also presupposes that a 3rd movie would be
Might
called
happen.
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, etc.
Oh, that would legitimately be a good movie name. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, etc.
Yeah. With so many ellipses that you have to like leave the poster and
Yeah.
walk down the hallway of the theater to find the etc. parts. It's like, we waited. We waited for it.
First movie title with just a knowing look emoji.
Just a rotting face with a monocle.
Mhm. Quirked eyebrow.
So yeah, okay. Let's talk about this. What do we think? What do we think of the sequel film, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice?
You know, it's lightning doesn't strike twice, and that's fine.
I thought it was good for at least in comparison to most of the
Yeah.
sequels.
It's fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a
It
good
was
spooky
fun.
season movie. Like, it was light. I laughed. I
laughed?
was in a theater that didn't allow me to laugh as much as I would like. Nobody laughed in my theater. Full theater.
Weird.
Nobody
That's
laughed.
so weird.
It was a very
Full
funny movie.
theater. No,
And I,
laughter.
like-
wow.
I felt uncomfortable when I laughed. How could you not laugh with Catherine O'Hare throwing out jokes all the time?
Right.
And I was
yeah.
like, every time she responded to anything, couldn't not
Loved her.
laugh.
Loved her.
Ah, it made me upset. Anyway, hated my theater experience, but they did sing along to the banana.
Yeah.
Oh, the
They
Deo?
like comment, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
They both sides of me. It was like children. They sang
Were-
to it.
Do you think they
But they
might?
didn't laugh.
Do you think they were ghosts?
God, I hope so. That would
Honestly,
make me
yeah,
feel
that
better
makes it
about the
better.
experience.
Yeah. That's a way better movie.
They sang along to the weird funeral
That's it.
rendition.
Yep. No laughing. Absolutely no laughing.
Those children are haunted.
Probably.
What the fuck? Did it
Yeah.
smell like sulfur?
No. Sorry, I'm trying.
I
going
really,
back
that
and
pause
I'm
was
sitting
as
in it, and I
dramatic
was
as
like-
one could be.
I had to put
Did-
myself back in the seat and understand. It smelled like movie theaters. It smelled like soda and popcorn and bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody
That's
sing? Did these kids sing along with MacArthur Park at the end?
No.
Okay.
I've never heard that song before in my life.
You've never heard that song before?
No.
You never had
What
that
song
recipe
was that?
again? Oh no!
I was like, this is a terrible song choice. Deo is catchy.
Here's the thing. I will argue that it's a
Was it
great
the
song
cake? When it's
choice
the cake?
Okay, sure.
for the theme of the movie.
Isn't that at the
Sure,
end of
fine.
Carrie? Wait, or was that
I
one we're
read
talking
that
about?
trip.
I read the trivia. I didn't know the song. I did the
Okay.
Wherever You Go.
Yeah, that
whatever
was
you do.
funny.
That was funny. I liked that.
That was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. I sang to that. I was like, here, kids, fuck you.
Stop with your creepy, like
Yeah,
sad
don't sing
choral
that one.
arrangement.
Ah.
Weirdos, fucking weirdos.
It was like the first one started, but it gave the other one the right to start, which is fine. I'm okay with the crowd joining in. But
yeah,
there were
yeah,
so many
yeah.
jokes and no one had laughed yet. And I was like, I am in for a bad experience.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really a movie that like hinges entirely on whether other people are enjoying it or not
Yeah.
to break through. because I agree with both of you. I think this is fine.
It's
I
fine.
like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 6.5 to 7.
Yeah,
Because there are things that are fundamentally good about it
Yeah.
and things that are
absolutely.
very well done, but there's some serious
There's also
problems.
something very bad. Yes.
Yeah, my big problem. We'll go through it.
Okay,
My big
we'll get
problems
there.
are like, okay, there's too many movies here happening at the
That's
same
true.
time, and none of them have enough room to breathe to make any of them good. Like
Sure.
or great, right? Monica Bellucci's character is just sort of in it, but doesn't do anything. And she's established at the beginning as being like, oh, this is the big bad. She's going to be pursuing
Right.
Beetlejuice
I
through the film.
know.
And it's like she appears for a couple of seconds. We get backstory in Portuguese, which I did enjoy. I thought that
I
was
loved
fun.
that. That
That
was
was
really
really
good.
cool. I like that. But then she just fucking disappears for like
Oh, it was
45
Italian, by
minutes
the
of the
way.
movie. Oh, was it Italian?
That's what I read.
All right,
I
that
Because
read
it's
makes more
supposed to
Italian
be
as
sense.
well.
like an old Fellini film.
Okay, yeah, and she is Italian herself, so it makes more sense
Mhm.
that way.
Yes. Yeah.
The so there's that not being given space is a bummer
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I think the thesis of the movie is again like moving on, finding
Mhm.
ways to move on. MacArthur Park is a song about moving on. It's like, hey,
Oh,
the
okay.
wedding cake I made is destroyed by the rain. I will never be able to make that cake again. And this is sad for me, but I have to let it go. Right?
Mhm.
Like,
Did you
and
not
it's
write the recipe down? Did you wing it? Did you
no,
wing your
No.
wedding cake? I guess I
yeah.
don't understand. Sorry, I've made a couple wedding cakes, and that's like you don't
You
lose the recipe with the
You've
cake.
never,
Like
you
I'm
don't
not
participate in
watching
oral
the
baking where it's
people,
just like only people speak the recipe to you and if it's lost, it's
but that
lost.
Oh,
person
I thought you
didn't die
meant they were
in the
like
rain.
tastes.
But that makes more sense, Chelsea, honestly. Like
Yeah, like tasting it as
I
you
was I'm
go.
sitting here trying to be like Homer the blind poet and also baker is like,
That's
let me recount to you
impressive.
this recipe. Nobody write it down. That's not how we do things here.
Fahrenheit 451, even for cookbooks.
Yeah. For cookbooks first. Uh but okay, so it's a movie about moving on. The Monica Bellucci thing could be interesting if it was
Yes.
about, oh,
Mhm.
Beetlejuice has an ex and she is super powered and murderous and needs to do
Mhm.
a thing. She's pursuing him.
And
That's the
does
whole
anything.
plot. But what happens is like that goes completely away.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
the ghost boyfriend that Astrid meets is also a cool plot line, but
Yeah.
Oh,
the moment,
spoilers, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah.
spoilers,
Super
folks.
spoilers.
The the moment that he wasn't at the door to meet her on Halloween night, I was like, oh, he's a ghost. That's it. I will actually
Oh.
no. Before
Mhm.
that, when she was like, you like old stuff, and he's like, yeah, the 90s were really cool. And it's like, yep, he's dead. I knew right away
Oh,
what was going on.
I'm slower.
I didn't get it at all. I was rooting
Yeah.
for them.
I was too.
I was like, cuties, young love. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't turn into a meaningful arc, right? Like it immediately goes to, okay, he's dragging her in here and he's just like, cool, I've traded you for me, the end.
Yeah.
And to diffuse it, they're just like, oh, Beetlejuice just appears and drops him in a hole in the ground. This movie
That's not
relies
true.
too
Her mom
heavily.
made a deal.
Well, I
Yeah.
know. But I mean, the movie dispatches all of its antagonists by just like, here's a hole, people fall in at the end. We don't have to
Yeah, all
deal
the
with the
plot
emotional
points kind of
resonance.
abruptly end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and okay, so you have a compelling story about that. You have a compelling story about Astrid wanting to find her father that is so paved over that it was a real bummer. Like we hear that she misses him and
Mhm.
we see him like working the desk job and the questions of like, well, why didn't he try to see her or anything never gets answered.
No, he says he checks in on them.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It just,
But he doesn't want to be seen. That is kind
Yeah.
of sad that he's like, I show up sometimes and I don't say anything to you, and you guys can see me.
it could have been bigger. I know
I
that this isn't
understand that,
like the
though.
most. I know that Beetlejuice as a property isn't like all emotional resonance, but there was something like the first movie does like put you in feels about Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis. Like they're
Yeah.
people who are going through a thing, and this movie is sort of like, yeah, everybody's kind of going through a thing, but it's going to kind of end when we need it to conveniently.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's because like Justin Theroux sucks. Like it's a dumb character.
Yeah.
And it's also very telegraphed from the beginning that he sucks. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like a surprise when he's truth seruming and being like, I'm in it for your money. And it's like, yeah, no shit. You're Justin Theroux. You're always in it for the woman's money in anything you're in anyway. But you
I've
weren't
never seen that man
convincing.
before in my life.
What?
Oh, wow.
Not even once. I looked through his IMDb and I was like, wow, we have never crossed paths.
You didn't watch Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi?
Sorry.
Where he plays a fundamental role as the person they're supposed to talk to, but they don't talk to by mistake and instead
Listen.
talk to Benicio del Toro.
Oh God, yeah.
Benicio's
Always talk to
in it.
Benicio.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly's gonna
Well.
watch it now.
Mhm,
Now I'm singing a different tune.
uh,
No, but
And
I don't
then-
think that was supposed to be secret to anyone but Winona.
yeah, I guess, but like that doesn't work for me in a movie.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
because she should be smarter than that. Like
Yeah, she
Lydia
should.
should be smarter than that.
Yeah.
It feels like they aren't really emotionally connected from the beginning of the movie. If she seemed like she was head over heels about him and it was a
Oh,
surprise
sure.
that he was a dick, then it would be like, oh, I believe that she was sort of glamored by him. But
Mhm.
from the beginning, it feels like this guy, like when you're having a panic attack during the show, comes in to take your pills
Yeah.
away and tell you, hey, we've got to finish recording these. And it's like, this is not a good guy. Like there's nothing.
And she
this
was
is
clearly
transparent.
annoyed with him at
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
See, but I don't think that she was even glamored by him. I'm going to defend this storyline.
It feels realistic.
It felt realistic because
Yeah.
I don't think that she was like, I don't think that she was taken with him. Like, I think that there is I'm going to pull from the text. There's a line where she's going to her midnight marriage and she
Mhm.
tells her daughter, Astrid is like, are you sure you want to do this? And she's like, he loves me and that has to be enough. Like, not I love him,
Sure.
but he loves me. And so it's like, this is the only thing I'm worthy of type of a situation.
She said
So
something like, it needs to be now, or it's gonna be now, or it's never. Like
Or
she's
it's
just
never
like,
gonna
I just gotta go ahead and do it.
Yeah, like this is a chore.
It seemed like, yeah.
It's
Like,
all
But
I
that's
gotta
her,
get it
that's her
done.
moving on
Eventually.
narrative, right? Which is that like her moving
no, I
on
think
from
that's her
the death of
sticking.
the husband.
I think that's her digging her heels into a safety pattern. I don't.
Well,
think
yeah,
that
but
that
I
was
think
the
it's her
moving
form of
on.
moving on from the husband who died, right? Like,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
and
it's
I
both.
disagree.
I think it can be both.
Well,
Yeah, two things can
she
be
did
true.
not have. She did talk about not having feelings for her husband anymore prior to him dying in the Amazon.
Right.
So like,
yeah.
and that's why you just have the moment where they hug and they're like kind of, but like there
it's
was
old
a
friends seeing each
Yeah.
other. Not.
But that's why it would have been cool if they like unpacked that for us. Like the fact that he appears, he
you gotta have Willem Dafoe. You gotta have your 15
You gotta
storyline
have
in there.
Willem
well,
Dafoe.
that's the problem,
So
right? Like
you
Willem
can't-
Dafoe
you
is
can't
fun
focus
in
on
this.
this story. You have to add on another one, man.
I know, but there's too many. There's too many stories. Willem
We
Dafoe's
could have
too
gone
much.
through this entire episode without even talking about Willem Dafoe's character, and it wouldn't even matter.
No, but he is maybe my favorite part.
He is a delight. He's an absolute delight. Here, another problem I have is you introduce the Soul Train with the
Yeah.
song Soul Train.
Mhm.
Then you end the movie on the Soul Train with the same song. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
No, why not?
Because that joke has that joke has very short legs. That joke is not long legs.
You could do another show.
That joke has very short legs. You don't
I
you
love
don't
returning
roll it
to
out.
a bit, especially when that bit is a musical.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
What could you
I
have
would-
else have you done? Like a Stairway to Heaven. There's like Pearly Gates.
Oh, yeah.
What were the other one? What are other songs about going?
I just would have waited
Highway
on the
to
Soul Train
Hell.
reveal
Could you have
until
done it
later.
car?
Right? Like I would have
Highway to
done Soul
Hell?
Train at the end of the movie, but not gotten
In the
Astrid
middle.
all the way there in that
That's
sequence because it
fair.
didn't matter.
That's
Okay.
fair.
She didn't have to get on the Soul Train. It didn't make the stakes feel more real. Like it was fairly clear that nothing was going to happen to her because
Yeah, if anything,
everything was moving so fast.
she's like rescuing her from the train, and I'm like, she's going to Studio 54. Like she's
Just let
about to
her
have a
go. It's
great
gonna be
time.
awesome.
Yeah. This is not a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like too many things happen in this. I was
Yeah.
bummed that Delia's storyline ends on like she's just bit by the steak she buys.
I do kind of like that though.
I liked it. I thought it was so stupid. That's
would-
perfect.
That's
for
what she
her.
needed. Oh,
Yeah, I guess it's just
And
like
my very favorite part about this is when she meets up with Charles in the
Look
Soul
at what
Train. Look at what happened to me, which is so selfish of her, but also
That's
like
what
really
that's on
so
sweet.
character.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's her, of course, and
Yeah.
it's sweet because like she loves Charles so much that him missing his head and half his torso is like inconsequential. She's like,
Yeah.
whatever, no big deal. I love you. Look what happened. Like that's sweet. That's so pure of her.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a lot to like here. I don't like I said, I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's like it's a good movie. It's a fine movie. It's just like overstuffed. I think that's the problem.
I agree that it's
I think this could be two different
Yeah.
movies that were both very good.
Oh yeah. Well, like the what was her name? Monica?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Sure, her entire thing could have been a separate movie and that would have been good. Like I wanted more
Mhm.
from that story. I wanted it to be a story.
Yeah.
And it
Agreed.
didn't
Oh,
it didn't.
I thought it was really funny that it was so short. I thought that was an incredible bit. Like
She was they were did you read all the callbacks that they had? Like she's missing her ring finger because whenever he
Oh,
gives
yeah.
the ring to Lydia, she doesn't she's like
In the
she
first
meant
one.
nothing to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be like you could have one movie that was about just like introducing Astrid, dealing with the
Mhm.
boy, making
Mhm.
Yeah.
making the boy's storyline a little more actually dangerous, where you're like, oh, this could actually come down to a thing. And Lydia saves her, and it's about a daughter, a mother and daughter reconciling.
Mhm.
And at the same time, you know, Delia could reconcile with, you could have a generational
Oh,
reconciliation,
she's
right?
perfect. She needs no reconciliation. They're already reconciled.
Well, yeah, but they could fully connect. You could get this sense of like full family, and then Delia could die, and that could actually be treated with a little bit of somberness.
No, absolutely not. She did not want
Mm-mm.
that. She would never.
She would hate that.
She put a veil over the whole
She would-
house for
she
Charles's
wants it
death.
to
That
be
was for
dramatic,
The drama.
but
Yeah,
she
well,
wouldn't
yeah,
want
exactly.
anybody to be sad. She'd want but that was the perfect part whenever she was like, "Oh, the price of your art's gonna go up."
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, this is beautiful. I love
That's
it."
true. That's true. She's
when
very
she's
excited
like-
about that.
Like, "Oh,
You have to get a refund for those snakes I paid extra for them to be not
not pinked."
poisonous.
Yeah.
Like classic Delia. She's
yeah,
fine.
perfect.
That bitch is resilient.
Mhm.
Sure. Oh, no, she's gonna be fine in the afterlife. Like,
Oh yeah.
but if those things happen in this movie, and then the second movie was Beetlejuice, Monica Bellucci, and Astrid coming back to try to find her dad. Like, where was the
Mm.
focus? Where like figuring out where
Just
her
a
dad
lot.
was a thing that we cared about the whole time, instead of it being like, I wish I knew where my dad was. Oh, there he is. The end. And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Oh.
We all had like cheap coffee in the break room of Afterlife Government. Like,
Mhm.
As someone without a relationship to their parents, I was like, this makes sense. See, but I don't think that we're going to a Beetlejuice movie to have like a big emotional catharsis. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're going to like see
Giggle.
Yeah, we're going to just be like, ha ha ha, he's gross.
the original movie isn't about a bunch of stuff. It's about two
Yeah.
people who die and become ghosts and are trying to get people out of their house, and four people who move into that house and don't want to leave. And then there's
Oh, I agree.
a
It's
scary guy,
overstuffed.
and that's it. Like, that's as complicated as a movie needs to be, because then everybody can have like lines and roles, and you can feel like they matter, right? I think that's the problem I
Yeah.
have with this, is too few people seemed like they mattered.
Yeah.
It's probably like they were like, well, if we're gonna do it, we got to do it big because of
This
how
is never
much.
going to happen again.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like,
no, fair.
from-
Yeah.
like Michael Keaton, Tim Burton said he wouldn't do it unless Michael Keaton said he would do it. Michael Keaton finally said he would do it, and then what was it? Winona Ryder said whenever she started Stranger Things, she was fine with doing Stranger Things, but she needed time to leave if they ever reboot Beetlejuice. Like, if she's
I
like, if
love-
we ever do Beetlejuice again, that's the only thing I need to leave for. That's it.
I love
Um,
that that's her writer. She's like, and in my trailer, I want sparkling water and blanket permission to do any juice related films.
So it's just like, I feel like they felt like they had to do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's one of those things where I don't think that this script specifically had revision after revision after revision, but there have been a lot of Beetlejuice sequels over the years. So
That's
like
true.
it does feel like, oh, I've got all of these ideas, and nobody's willing to kill their darlings. So they
Well, I
did all
mean,
get stuffed in.
How I also felt was like, if you get Willem Dafoe,
Yeah, just
you
let
got to put
him-
him in. So you got to
Yeah.
figure out a way to put him
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And Tim Burton had to put his girlfriend in it. He does that. So that
They
just
met
had to
on
happen.
this film.
Did they really?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I'm gonna
That's what
start
I
some
read.
rumors.
Ooh, suddenly we're doing a page 6 section.
I miss Helena Bonham Carter. So
Oh, that's right.
mhm.
In fairness, this movie has already made $323 million, so it's probably
I guess
going
that's
to
fair.
demand a sequel.
Maybe not.
Or,
like-
or
You
Tim
know.
Burton is going to bounce off of this and hopefully make another good movie as his career ends, rather than making something
This was
bad.
his 20th movie.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
And you
What
can't
would
win
you
them
do after
all,
this?
obviously, but you know.
Yeah.
I've
been some
been
stinkers
Danny
in there.
Elfman's tunes still slap though.
Yeah,
True.
forever.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and
I
like
just
and visually, this movie's great. Like everything,
Yeah.
everything here is
Yeah.
super cool. Very like it's nostalgic, but also feels new and inventive.
And when people are gross, they don't put them in the film anymore. And
Right.
they make
Yes.
them claymation.
Yeah,
I-
which I thought that was great. I thought that was a really
Beautiful.
cool way to work around
Yeah.
the thing.
Very
Yeah.
cool way.
Of course, I'm too much of like a podcaster / whatever film wonk person that I was like, so did he sign his likeness rights over when he was in the first movie?
Same
How does this
question.
work? Or were they able to convince him to sign his likeness rights over because of this, and then they came back around?
Could you say that the likeness because it was I don't know.
Animation.
But they own the character.
I think
Right,
that's the
yeah.
thing, right? I think it's a
Yeah.
character situation that like you're not selling the likeness to Jeffrey
Does
Jones.
he
You're
always
selling.
have that mustache? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I also really appreciated that was actually claymation. When I left, I was like, they could have AI'd this
Yeah, they
whole
could've.
thing like they did in Alien Romulus. I'm glad
They
they
said
didn't
that
do that.
they were going to bring back Gina Davis and the Baldwin, but they
That's so
didn't because
funny.
they didn't want to de-age them. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Ugh,
God.
de-aging has
But-
not gotten to a point where I haven't
The
been
tall
grossed out
alien
by
in
it.
Romulus though is a person,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a basketball player.
Sorry, but there's a whole AI character.
Which one?
Rook is his character name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. But he's
Yeah.
dead. The actor
Yeah.
is no longer with us. So
Yeah,
yeah,
But they
sure,
still
sure.
did the computer,
Right.
let me puppet your corpse around
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
which they could have done for Charles. And I'm glad
True.
that they didn't.
No, that would have been, oh man, that would like at least in Alien Romulus, it's like, well, he's a mostly disassembled synth.
Yeah, I
like
guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
it-
you know what? Our Romulus episode is going
It's
to come
very-
out over and never show the
Sure,
monster
sure.
for
Let's-
a detailed
Oh, we do talk about
conversation.
it intensely.
it's plug time. Yeah. I will say crossover corner.
Is this a crossover corner now?
I enjoyed that movie. I don't think it's
I did
perfect.
too.
Same.
Similar sort of issues that I have with Beetlejuice, where it's like, yeah, this is really well executed. It kind of is hitting similar beats and not to the same effect, but it's also hitting different beats fairly
Yeah.
effectively.
Mhm.
I liked a lot of the things that were going on.
I loved Romulus.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. It reminded me of a couple of video games that I played because there's a
Yeah.
lot
It's based
of like,
off of, or it's like primarily based off of the video game, right? Like that's what Fede Alvarez, he was like,
Yeah.
this video game, love it, gonna incorporate it a lot.
Yeah, because there was
Yeah.
literally the one where you are on a space station and you have to get out and you have no weapons and aliens are everywhere.
Oh
and it's
God,
just
I
like,
love that kind
can
of
you
game.
survive for very long? It's like the goal is
No,
just to crawl
I cannot.
around and hope that you don't get got.
That's my favorite kind of. I am bad at fighting things, so mine is like trying to sneak, like sneaky games.
Hell yeah.
I'm not. I'm good at sneaking because I have patience. I will walk very slow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's 100% my play style because like the Dead Space games are similar where it's like you have to go onto this ship And then it turns out like, oh, everybody's been mutated and they're all hideous monsters, and you have to make your way through. And there's another game that's called Prey
Hmm.
that takes place on a sort of retro futuristic space station that's similarly kind of supposed to be like, hey, this is where we're gonna advance humanity, right?
Oh.
And you deal with kind of they're kind of black oil aliens, honestly, Kelly. You might be
Ew.
into
Not the
that.
Oilians.
Yeah,
I
black aliens.
genuinely stopped listening. I don't know how long ago. What are we talking about?
We'll just say X-Files now and again so you know when to come back with us. But yeah, Prey
I
is
didn't even mean to. That just happened.
yeah. But no, Prey is fun because it's very similarly like you get a lot of good jump scares. There are aliens
Hmm.
in it that are just called mimics, and they're like little
Oh.
oilian guys that just like there'll be a coffee cup or something, and you walk by, and then the coffee
Oh.
cup lunges at you, and you're like, ah.
Oh.
Well, mimicking freaks me out.
Yeah.
But that's a cool game because the story very interesting. You like have the opportunity to take on like alien powers at certain points, and it
Hmm.
has like consequences to the ending. What you do, it's cool. It's a fun
Oh.
one. But yeah, I thought Romulus was great.
Yeah.
I'm kind of,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of also becoming more of a like I like Prometheus and Covenant pretty well too.
I do
Like I
like
don't think they're
Prometheus.
bad. I think that the film critic doth protest too much about those.
Yeah.
Like there are things that aren't great in those movies, of course, but like they still rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked Prometheus. No memory of Covenant.
Same.
So can't say for sure, but I liked Prometheus.
Yeah, yeah. That was a crossover corner.
Yay.
Yeah.
Cross them back.
So yeah, I don't know. Beetlejuice.
Here's my, leaving it, I wasn't even concerned about it being overstuffed or the storylines wrapping up the way they did because I was just in it to like
Hmm.
see some sandworms or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
And
That's
you
right.
I
got
was just
some of the best
there.
rendered sandworms available.
Yeah, exactly. My biggest problem with it was, and I don't know how to, I don't know what
You
I
got
so
this.
don't know how to describe what it is that I can't finish that sentence. I hope that you guys can maybe help me put this
Okay.
into thoughts. So this is something that we see, I feel all the time anymore. When we were little, and I'm sure that this is even more true for you, Nate, going further back into history.
Yeah, into the early silent film era.
Yeah.
Sure.
Movies had more, you know what? This is my problem with a lot of new music too. Movies had more like grit to them, and I don't mean gritty,
Mhm.
or maybe I do. I'm not sure. But they felt more they had more
In the
texture.
editing, like overly
Maybe
smooth.
it's the editing. It's all smooth, and it feels like childification. Like it feels like, oh, this
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
is for kids in a way that the original wasn't.
I think that's exactly
fair.
my problem. And maybe I've been kind of misstating it as it needs to be more emotionally heavy. But like
Mm.
Yeah.
movies used to, as I sprout more gray hairs as I say this, movies used to give everything room to breathe to the point where
Yeah.
like you had moments where just there was like crunching sounds as people walked in gravel or whatever.
Right.
Like you had a feeling of space. And this movie does feel like it is in such a hurry to roll out each of its sequences that it
Mhm.
is not particularly interested with like those little breaths, those beat moments.
Yeah, it felt like they were jangling keys in my face the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's trying to
absolutely.
get the Coco Melon generation. You just have bright things at you all the time. So it has to keep the
Yeah.
attention at all times.
Yeah,
And I saw
that's
that
what
in
it felt
the
like.
Yeah, it's
What did you call it? Coco Melon?
yeah, Coco Melon. You know that little show with the kid? That's what the kids watch, and it's like just
I
a
only
bunch
know
of
about
flashing
Bluey.
and stuff.
Yeah,
I
which
hear
you should watch
Bluey
Bluey
has-
instead because
Yeah, I hear
Bluey's
Bluey's
actually
great.
like has good
It slaps,
storytelling
is what
and
I've
it's
heard.
Bluey's
Yeah.
fucking rules.
Well,
Yeah.
Coco Melon's for like even smaller because they don't
Oh, like baby
understand
babies?
things. Yeah, so it's like bright pictures and dancing stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. I never
That's
watched
weird.
it. I don't have a child.
Yeah, no, I don't. I
And I've
only know
avoided anytime a
rumors.
child has a TV on. I'm like, no, thank you. But
that's
just
a big
assuming like
no.
the TikTok generation, you have to have dopamine every 2 seconds. And it
Oh.
didn't have any like scene that it sat on that wasn't
Mm-mm.
action packed. Like the only one that I can recall is when she is in the treehouse talking to what's his face. That gave it
Yeah.
like 2 extra seconds of just sitting and talking. However, everything else was like action, 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 joke, 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 action, action. But it wasn't like nothing was very slow.
Movies should be like roller coasters in that there is a climb, right? And things
Shouldn't be
have to
all
slow down.
Transformers.
You gotta
If you
feel
get
like
motion sickness,
yeah,
it's too much.
yeah, you're supposed to get motion sickness. All the characters are vaguely racist.
Bleh.
Michael Bay directs everything. These are the rules of
Bleh.
modern cinema. No, but I mean, like you want to feel the like click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click,
Yeah.
click, click, and then the realization, like, oh, something cool's about to happen. And I think we're all hitting on the same thing, which is like this movie's like something cool is always happening. You are
Yeah.
constantly descending, and it's like that's
No
But then you
tension's
get
being
kind of numb
built.
to
It's
it,
just
right?
you're in the tension.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You get kind of numb to it, so that like when Willem Dafoe pops in for like the 4th time playing his like cop character who should be in a regular movie, the comic relief, not
Yeah.
one of 50
One
comic
of.
reliefs.
Yeah.
It would work better. Like you and he should have had a turn too. Like there's just I don't know. There's just a lot of like wasted opportunity here, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it is because I think like okay, we're making this movie. We don't know if we're ever going to make another one. Let's put it
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
And now they
Mhm.
have enough money that it's going to be like, you should make another one. And they're going to like, we put it all in that one. What do you want this
Yeah.
other movie to be? Because the Beetlejuice baby
Right.
isn't even real. It's a dream sequence. So we can't even roll that out as the third movie is Astrid raising a Beetlejuice baby. Like,
Oh
and
my
that would be
God.
fun. Look who's talking, but with Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Look who's
That's a
biting.
lot.
So is he just talking to other babies but being an asshole? Like,
Oh my God. It's
Absolutely.
oh, I'm thinking
Muppet
of Baby
Babies.
Geniuses. Wait, that's what they need to bring back. That's what they haven't brought back yet. Talking baby movies. Wait, that bad.
Boss Baby?
Yeah, that one's bad, right? That
Mm.
one's.
Yeah,
I don't
I mean the first Boss Baby has moments. We watched it.
Does it?
I will say the first
Okay,
Boss Baby
okay.
has like 20 minutes of good movie,
Okay.
and then it's
Wow.
just Alec
voices
Baldwin
Boss
kind
Baby?
of talking
Oh,
as
there
a
we go.
baby
Alec
for the
Baldwin.
rest of it. That's
Never
it,
mind. I'm there.
and it just gets kind of repetitive and boring.
Yeah.
But there was a sequel, Boss Baby 2,
I thought there were like 8.
Promotion?
where I
You did a
believe the Boss
promotion?
Baby is a girl this time. It's a female Boss Baby. It's a girl Boss Baby.
Whoa.
I feel like that's the antithesis of the feeling of Boss Baby. Isn't Boss Baby like an icon for the right?
Oh shit!
Oh my
really?
God. Is it?
Yeah,
That's
I
terrifying
thought
to
it was.
realize.
Man,
It
maybe
kind
I'm
of
on
makes
the
a lot
weird
of
side of the
sense.
internet. Maybe I need to back up.
You're gonna need to go ahead and delete your algorithm
no.
right now. Start
Oh,
over.
no, it's fine.
Let me send you some memes. But yeah, I think like I don't know. I liked a lot of this movie, and it's one of those things where I recognize any movie that I have a lot of esteem for is largely because I've watched it a bunch,
Mm.
and I've often watched it a bunch passively. Like
yeah, like on
Yeah.
it
TV
was
in the
just on
background.
a lot,
Yeah.
USA
and it
all
was
the
a
time.
thing that I absorbed.
Mhm.
So of course I go like, oh, I mean, we've talked about how stunningly amazing the Mario Brothers movie is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's good because
Mhm.
we watched it together.
He's just saying
Okay.
he knows it.
I thought you were
He's
gonna say
very
it's only
familiar with
good
it.
because you watched it in the background a lot.
No,
and not
no,
because
but I
it's
mean-
a perfect movie, and the first time you
It's a
watched it, you
perfect film.
understood that.
No, I.
Is this gonna be our first fight?
Have
Oh
we been
jeez.
fighting?
Oh no.
A lot,
All right.
actually.
I did go to a
No,
pizza place
the-
and they had a live action Mario Brothers movie napkin holder, and I was
Oh my
very
God.
happy about it.
That is
Did
amazing.
you steal
They
it?
brought us our check in a Blockbuster case. It's the best.
That's so cool.
Rules.
I
Did
wanna
you
go
time
there.
travel?
They have trivia on Thursdays. I haven't gone, but maybe one day. Maybe one
You've
day.
got to. You've got to.
I know.
I have to come out there. I haven't played
Perfect.
trivia in a while, but it's one of my favorite things to do. We're
Perfect.
doing that.
What?
What?
We're shocked.
I know, right? Who would have thought that this indoor kid doofus who spouts nonsense all the time would
Who
be interested
had
in
a
facts.
podcast about
About trivia.
trivia.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to talk about the past.
Who we have the best section of this podcast is trivia.
That's not true.
I don't come here for the conversation. I come here for the trivia, man.
For the fun
That's the only reason I'm
facts.
here.
But yeah, I think that like the Mario Brothers movie has grown in my esteem because I've watched it a lot, right? Like, and it allows me to recognize things about it that I think on first watch other people don't recognize. Other people go like, "This isn't anything like what the video games are, so this is dumb." But you watch
So
it and
much
you're
now
like,
you know how I felt
So
about Mamma
genius.
Mia.
right? But you're like, "Hey, this is an anti-capitalist manifesto with an Englishman and a Hispanic gentleman playing Italians who aren't brothers but who go by brothers, and they're fighting mushroom people that aren't really mushrooms.
No.
They're lizards, and also there's fungus. Look, it's great.
Perfect.
What I'm saying is the original Beetlejuice has a lot.
Oh my
of
God, that was our
cultural
finger
cachet.
monkey episode. I'm
That
so
was the
sorry.
finger.
Was that? Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Go on. I
No,
interrupted you.
but I feel like Beetlejuice is the kind of movie that if I watch it a few more times, I will be like, oh, this is really good. I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
I've seen this enough times that all the pieces are starting to fit together for me differently. A lot of times when I go to the theater and see something for the first time, the movie comes at you so fast that I will leave kind of like, I don't know. It's very rare that I'd leave a movie from a movie theater and go like, wow, that fucking knocked me out. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that could be that there are only so many really amazing movies. And it could
Yeah.
also be that there are only so many movies that are amazing in a like, we have organized things in such a way that your particular brain processes it while we're going. Whereas like this is a movie that may be like, oh, no, I like it. I like how they're knitting callbacks together and things. Because I see that those things exist. And I saw it like 3 weeks ago. So I have been thinking about it a lot. And I do think it works better than I even thought when I left the theater. Like I was
Oh,
kind of
good.
like,
Yeah.
this is like a 5, whatever. This is kind of a mid Beetlejuice movie. And over the last couple of weeks, I've argued myself back up.
Oh.
Just going like,
nice.
no, I mean, the moving on theme works. Everybody is moving on from something in particular. And that's cool. And all these pieces
about
fit
an
together.
intergenerational. Like I thought it was about the intergenerational. I know,
Yeah,
like I
that's
thought
what
it
I
was
thought
about the
too.
daughter and making sure that that relationship was the most important. And then
It was
Catherine O'Hara.
Gilmore Girls
Yeah.
featuring Beetlejuice.
yeah, beautiful.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do. I think a lot of that is effective. Sometimes I want to spend more time with characters than we're allowed to. And I want
Yeah,
to care
that's
about
fair.
characters more than I do. And that
So-
doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they have to go through a dark night of the soul in every movie, but I would just want to be like, I'm really afraid for Astrid. I really care about Willem Dafoe's
I have a
character being
proposition.
kind of confused, like whatever.
What if this was it needed to be an HBO Max series? Like it needed to be a
No.
series where each of them
No.
was an episode. Well, I want to know, I wanted more focus on the boyfriend or the guy and what happened to him and his past story. And like
Yeah.
maybe have a little bit of an arc about how he felt and learn more about the other lady. I would have liked it as a series. I wouldn't have minded.
I was
the new
curious
episode.
about the boyfriend and whether he was like, who's the blonde guy that you think is handsome from American Horror Story?
Oh,
He
Evan
killed
Peters.
people
Evan
in
Peters.
his high school.
Evan Peters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If the
Love him.
boyfriend had like an Evan Peters thing, like was that the
Oh.
circumstance? Was he like going to school
I
with
don't think
skull
he'd
paint?
be. Whoa, what do you mean?
He didn't
You-
have skull
if
paint.
you were
Are
asking
we
if
going
he was,
first season? First season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was just trying to think like, because I immediately felt that parallel. I was like, oh,
Mm.
this guy's trapped here. He's kind of doing the 90s thing that Evan Peters was doing in that first season of the Murder House season.
Yeah,
and he
when
killed his
he's
parents.
being a little Kurt Cobain.
So we're saying
Yeah.
like growth or character arcs, there really wasn't any aside from Lydia and Astrid
Mhm.
becoming closer.
Yeah.
But
And-
no one else had a character arc. That was about all of it.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem because even their character arcs are like, we don't fully like each other. We love each other, but we don't like each other. Now we love each other and we like each other. The end.
Yeah.
Which that's fine, and it's not the worst thing ever. But it would be cool if there was more to it. If it was like, hey, we have to go figure out what happened to your dad, or we have to go figure out what happened to my dad, or we have to go
Mm.
figure out what's happening to whatever, like, or Beetlejuice kidnapped us and we have to
Yeah.
fight Monica
Get
Bellucci.
out.
Like any of these things could have been interesting as subjects.
Especially because there is, dang it, now I'm proposing a whole new plot to the movie
That's
when
fair.
this movie
That's fine.
already has
That's
too
what
many
we're
plots.
We're
So, okay.
replacing
We'll
all the
subtract
plots
some
with this plot.
plots. Yeah.
I think that that's why I was reluctant to a series idea. I think that this movie has too many plots, but that
But I
there
think
isn't
that that's
enough
why
content.
the series works, because the plots can be separated.
I don't think that there is enough content in each of the plots to make a full-fledged.
I don't think there is in this
thing.
movie.
If this movie was 6 hours long, there would be plenty of content for each plot.
Okay, I see that we all disagree on this. Let me get to my actual point where I propose a brand new plot.
I'm in.
Which is, so in the first movie, we establish that you get stuck working in the afterlife if you killed yourself, which her dad did not do. And so that's a mystery. Except there is a part where Beetlejuice is reading a newspaper and there's like a headline about like people being falsely categorized as having killed themselves and being forced to work in the afterlife. So I think that could have been a really fun plot. Like, yes,
That is
let's
a
go
really
figure out
fun
what
plot.
happened to the dad.
Yeah.
Oh no, why is he working here?
You
Let's
just
fight
did
the
the season
system.
finale episode of the series.
You're welcome.
And wouldn't that have been cool if that was like, if Astrid and Lydia go to do that, they figure it out, and then now the dad can visit them in the house or wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can
and
be
it's
a
gonna
family.
Be like, and that echoes the way the first one ended, where Lydia goes home to her ghost adopted.
She's got
family.
ghost parents
Yeah.
and she's got chill
Like, we
regular
could have
parents that are have kind of everybody sorted each other out. Like,
yeah, we could have done the same. It would have been nice.
it would have been fine with me if they would have brought the dad back and Astrid would have had a ghost boyfriend and we ended on this weird
don't
note.
hate ghost boyfriend.
No, I think his heel turn was not effective. Like it abandoned something that could have been really cool.
Yeah.
Like it didn't pick a lane. It could have been like, this guy's the actual villain of the piece. But then they were like, nope, never mind. He's out.
Wait,
He's out
who
of the
was
movie
the
too.
villain? Beetlejuice?
Literally no one. There's no like Justin Theroux is the villain of the piece, I think, because he's forcing marriage on someone who does not actually want to marry him.
Yeah, but
You
I
know
think
what?
that's more just like a
Yeah, there's no real villain because that's not how life is, you guys.
damn.
Everybody is good and bad.
And yeah, to quote MacArthur Park, I mean, it's the rain just falls on your cake, right?
Man, it
Like,
do be
there's
like that.
there's no villain. It's just weather
It's
happens.
like rain on your wedding day.
Oh God. No.
Yeah. I thought there was a moment before I knew Ghost Boyfriend was a ghost when it was when she goes over to his house for Halloween and he's got it all decorated. I was like, love bombing. He's love bombing. You gotta get out. Get out, girl.
I was a little worried about that. I thought
like,
he was
you in
going to
danger.
murder her.
Oh, you read it correctly.
No, I didn't think he was a ghost that was going to murder her. I thought he was a
Right.
human that was going to murder her.
He's just a real ass murderer.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, and then
mean,
she was going to
that's
become
okay.
a ghost, and then that was going to be the plot.
Yeah, I also thought she was going to become a ghost.
Yeah, which kind of happened.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to take what we already know about this world and change it and play with it. And it would have been interesting if, Astrid actually becomes a ghost. And then what they have to do is figure out, how do you bring a person who was a ghost back? Because she didn't actually ever die. Like, she volunteered to give up her soul by
Quote,
mistake,
unquote.
but she didn't die, right? And there's a fundamental difference between your soul exiting your body and
your body still being viable.
well, yeah, and like some sort of trauma leading to your demise. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been something to play with. That could have been an interesting storyline. It could have been cool. Keep Monica Bellucci in. Make Monica Bellucci the villain until the moment when it's like, oh, hey, I see myself in you because we're both like brooding, large-eyed, like attractive ladies. And
women supporting women.
right. And she's
beautiful.
like, hey, you know what? If you help me find this Beetlejuice character, I will get you back in your body. And that can be part of the thing.
And then
They should have called
we
you.
could have done
Both. Damn.
We could have done the classic trope of like ex-wife meets new girlfriend,
Yes.
where they're like, get a load of this guy. Do you remember when he used to do thing? And they're like,
Oh my
and the
God,
boy is
yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
we could have done that instead.
It would have been, yeah, because what would have been funny is if there was like, if Beetlejuice is like elbowing Justin Thoreau in the side and be like, you women, like something like that. Like
Oh.
play with the domesticity a little bit more and less with the like everything is constantly in flux.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe they're gonna make another one and we'll see what happens.
No, that's
maybe
okay.
they
They
will.
don't need to. No, that's
No,
okay.
yeah,
That's fine.
I think we're okay. I think
We're
okay.
good. We're good.
But we need a title with all 3 Beetlejuice in it, don't we?
No, I think the suspense is good.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I
Etc.
think waiting for it.
We'll just have a movie called Etc. and it'll just be about Lydia and it will not show Beetlejuice at all and nobody
Yeah.
like it'll be a normal movie.
Just a normal movie.
The normal stuff happening.
And it's just, oh, we've worked our way back around to Gilmore Girls.
We're good. We're just figuring it out.
Yeah,
We're in
Gilmore
this cute
Girls, where
little
one
town
of them
now.
sees ghosts,
Yeah.
is kind of a fun. That's kind of a fun premise.
I would have watched that show so hard.
Stars Halloween.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, that would have been another tension if Astrid becomes a ghost and Lydia is still taking her pills that stifle her ability to see her ghost.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to wrench our hearts, we can do some of that. Boy, see, this is how we aren't even writing a script and we have so many ideas.
So
this is what
many.
happened in the writer's room. They had
It really needed like 2 things cut out of it, and it would have been
Yeah.
it could have been phenomenal. Like, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. I think it's hard sometimes to see a movie that is so close to being amazing, because we see
Yeah.
the 3 of us watch a lot of movies,
Wow.
and we see a lot of like we're cinemaphiles here, It's most disappointing when it's like, that was so close.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's like, oh, hey, a bad movie is just a bad movie. You're like, this is bad from the start, and I know it's going to get worse, and I kind of enjoy it, right? Like Piranha 3D or whatever. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that was a good
Gross.
one.
give me a movie where we're setting up like, oh, this is going to be stupid throughout. It's going to be there's going to be naked people for no reason.
Yeah.
Everything's going to look terrible. Whatever. Yeah, give me that. This is like,
Yeah.
we're opening on fucking Danny DeVito. Like,
Yeah.
Danny
I love
DeVito
that.
opens the movie,
Love
and
him.
I was so happy.
and I loved that he's in there, and he's got gross stuff coming out of his mouth again, because the last
So
time he was in a
gross.
Tim Burton movie, gross stuff coming out of the mouth when he's Penguin. It's
know,
so
he's
perfect.
I love
Covered
it.
in goo in like a lot of his roles.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like
His
Winona
thing.
Ryder's I have to go to Beetlejuice if it happens.
Gotta
You
be
think
goo.
DeVito's got a
Is-
lube rider?
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
like, what's your KY budget?
You gotta grease me up, otherwise I won't be in the movie. But yeah, that was really cool. Like, that whole opening
Yeah.
sequence was
Yeah.
really cool.
And her
Yeah,
stapling herself together, I really liked that.
was
I was
awesome.
like, like visually, yeah, every scene was candy. That's the problem.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
all
It was,
candy.
yes.
We gorged ourselves
Yeah.
on candy.
Yep.
Yeah. I've
We all got a little
tummy
tummy ache
Yeah.
after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like, original Beetlejuice was grosser.
Yeah.
Like, original Beetlejuice felt like ooh, I'm barefoot on the streets of New York City. Ooh.
Yeah, like original Beetlejuice is like, I found like a steak dinner leftovers in the trash, and I was hungry enough to eat it.
Ooh.
It's like, there's stuff there. It's substantial, but it's also like, this was in the trash. It's in a
Ooh,
container. It's in a
gross.
takeout container. So you can convince yourself that it's not actually a bad thing, but it's still like, this is trash food, but it's also really high quality.
I
Yeah.
think we might be doing different things with this
Yeah.
I
metaphor.
know. That's our curse. That's why
truly
that's why
is.
this movie is so good, because we're doing different things, but we're gonna figure them out by the end.
Yeah, it just was too glossy,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
is
But I
it?
like the point, Nate, that you made that if it came on TV, which I don't watch anymore, if
Right,
I were in
yeah.
a hotel or a hospital, I would have it on in the background.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
fine.
trying to think of the places that have cable, and I can't think of.
Yeah, hotel.
Yeah.
This is a
Hotel.
perfect Sunday afternoon when we were all in high school kind of movie, where it's just like, it's raining, I'll put TBS on. Oh, Beetlejuice is on. Great. We're 15
Great.
minutes in. Great. I'm watching it till the end. I don't
Perfect.
care.
Yeah.
And, you
Yeah.
know, and you got Tide commercials interspersed in between, whatever. Like, you don't care. You're just
That's when I'll go
enjoying
get
the whole
snacks.
situation. Yeah.
Or my parents'
yeah.
house. I did watch 2012 this weekend because
Oh, yeah. There you go.
with commercials.
Ugh.
The world ended that day.
Yay.
I watched Truth or Dare
With
in the
commercials.
hospital with commercials.
I feel like that is one that is a good cable movie though.
It
Like when
was
you said that,
perfect.
I was like, you know what? I would watch that on cable so hard.
When I saw it come up, I was like,
Thank
I don't have
God.
to surf through the channels anymore.
No.
I could not have picked a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the one that you both hated,
perfect
right? There was another.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it
Yeah, I
is.
think we
Okay.
might have. You can hate stuff and love it in different situations.
Exactly.
Except for slap face or hashtag horror. Sorry. Those two.
Sorry,
They come
we're
on
doing
cable.
a lot of
No.
Never Show the Monster. We've slipped back into crossover corner.
Crossover corner. But yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about Beetlejuice?
Ooh, there was one thing, and it was what Winona Ryder, I'm sure you guys read about this. What Winona Ryder said in an interview, and she was like, I wanted her to marry him in the end. Like, I was like, that would have been a
Right.
great ending as her ending up with Beetlejuice and being like, you know what? This is probably what was supposed to happen for me all along. And like that just being the rest of her life and being like, you're disgusting. I hate you. We're married. That's fine.
See, that's how it could have ended.
Yeah.
Astrid could have become a ghost, had her cute little ghost boyfriend. Winona would have been like, well, fuck, now I got to go to the afterlife. I'll
Mhm.
marry Beetlejuice.
We'll just hang out in both lands.
She's just marrying Beetlejuice for like a ghost card.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
And then the third movie can be them getting divorced.
We did it.
Would love it. Yeah.
And then it's just like a cozy single room, like what's the
Like
Adam-
high tension, like
Yeah.
high drama.
Yeah.
the Adam Driver Scarlett Johansson movie that was
Oh.
Yeah.
just like an
Yeah.
intense relationship drama.
That was rough. The other part is the entire the thing that I was going back and forth on seeing the movie before we had decided this was going to be an episode, but I had loved watching all of the press tour with Catherine O'Hare, Winona Ryder, and Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega. Just they love each other, and it's so
Aw.
cute. And like the thing that's been going around is like whenever Winona came out and there were a bunch of paparazzis and they were telling her to take off her sunglasses, she looks at Jenna and she goes, "No, you don't have to." And then she goes, "Okay." And then she just doesn't. And then like they talked about it in an interview later. They were like, "You did that." And that's like a viral moment. And she's like, "Well, I just don't." And then Jenna was like, "It's easier to stand up for someone else than stand up for yourself." So she was
Yeah.
like, it made me comfortable to do it. But it sounded like her and Winona had a really good relationship because they knew so many obscure films and they like really
Cute.
loved a bunch of Hollywood movies that no one ever knew about and old Hollywood movies and stuff.
Whoa.
And they just like really bonded and it was just really cute. And seeing them talk to each other on anything and then Catherine O'Hare being there just being the best at all times.
Aw.
It was just like that was my feel good is just watching little interviews from them for the last like 3 weeks. So cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's get
Oh,
them in another
yay.
movie. The
I
three
would
of
love
them.
to have
I want
the
the
three
three
of
of them
them.
leading a movie. That would
Yeah.
be very cool.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
they're all great. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Mhm.
Like that's the other thing. Like everybody in this movie is good. Like it's not. There's no part of it where I'd be like that person tanked this movie. Like
No.
everybody's
no,
good in the
uh-uh.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too many movie.
It's just too many
Right.
movie.
It's
Too
too
many
many
movie. Yeah. All great, too many.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I do want to say shout out to the practical effects.
Oh,
They
yeah.
stuck with a lot of practical,
Mm-hmm.
including our little. Oh, they're sort of like the Goombas.
Yeah,
Now that I
Oh,
shrunken
yeah.
head people. Oh
The
yeah.
little shrunken head.
Yeah,
guys.
R.I.P. Bill? Is Bill the one that
Bob.
Bob. Right.
Yeah.
Bob.
R.I.P. Bob. Also, Brad Pitt, producer.
Yeah.
Producer was gonna be in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That would have been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that he
I'm-
wasn't. It would have been very
I agree.
distracting. Like it would have
Yeah, it
been
would've
additional
taken a
too
little
much
bit away.
movie.
Yeah, like no, we've already got too much. But I did not clock her. Gina Davis was in the audience of the wedding.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
did
didn't
not
see her
clock that
either.
either. Oh,
Uh-uh.
God,
Yeah,
I
This
no,
is
I'm
trivia I read, so none of
Huh.
us saw her. Maybe it's a
I'm
lie.
gonna have to go rewatch it just for her. I
How,
like
Don't
Beetlejuice.
need to see
about the
this movie
wedding.
again.
How do we feel about the just like very potent takedown of influencer culture in the wedding scene?
Oh,
I thought that was
that
fun.
one.
I liked when their faces stretched in a callback
hmm
to the original. I'm glad that it was short-lived. If we had like lingered on that, I think it would have grown tired
Yeah,
very
I
quickly.
agree.
Yeah, I think like the effect was cool, but I
Yeah.
definitely was like, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I'm
like,
I'm kind
fine.
of over the like, oh, let's take down the influencer culture in this movie. Like, whatever. This is
Yeah,
long
it's
over. Like,
fine.
it's too late. Don't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're
Like, you're
trapped in their
not.
phones. I get it. They're all. That's where they are. They live their lives in their phones. It's a metaphor. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's like this isn't a unique it's not the
Yeah,
point of the movie.
No.
Like, fine, whatever, fine. It lasted 30 seconds.
yeah.
I did think, okay, that ending scene with the Beetlejuice calls it a dream sequence,
Mhm.
the dancing.
hmm
That's fun.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Way too long.
I agree.
Way too long. Apparently, that is a 7-minute song.
Oh yeah, it's a very long.
And
song.
Tim Burton
What?
insisted
So that was an
the
entire
whole
7
thing.
minutes.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
thought it
He
was very long.
insisted.
Okay, I'm
was
glad that
so
that was
long.
real. I was like, am I?
No, it's a very important song about a cake being ruined by the rain.
I got that.
There was
but
there were
damn.
multiple points when I was like, okay, and that's
It's over?
the
No,
end?
You're
No.
still going. Okay.
The song has 3 acts. Are you kidding me? I'm tired. Yeah, Tim Burton insisted that they use the whole thing.
Okay.
And so the writers were like, that's the 3rd act then.
Oh,
Like
that's a lot.
they tried to talk him down.
So
and
is
he was
that
like,
where
"No,
he was like,
whole thing?"
this is where we're gonna put the space in this song?
He's like, "We're gonna
No
save up
space,
all the
But
breathing
this
room."
song, this is the
Jam it in
breathing room.
here.
Oh my God, it's the in heaven in Eraserhead.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh god, you're so right.
Ugh.
But I always love a musical sequence.
I would have liked it for 3
Yeah.
minutes. 2 minutes?
Yeah.
2.5
Yeah. It
minutes.
could have been shorter. Probably could have. I
Cut
felt a
out a
little bad
verse.
for Jenna Ortega for the fact that she kind of had to do a Wednesday dance as well.
Yeah.
I was like,
mhm.
you're getting pigeonholed as like doing Wednesday dance.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, babe.
it's also sort of just part of the Beetlejuice canon, so it didn't feel like it wasn't a callback
No, it
to
wasn't
that.
like here's Jenna
Right.
dancing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, sorry, Jenna.
Yeah. It's like, here you are again. You're doing you're kind of in
Yeah,
black
sorry
and
about
doing
it.
this.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. Beetlejuice. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
It's time for the MouthGarf Report.
The MouthGarf Report. Open wide for some lasagna.
I hate Mondays.
Yay.
Ooh.
Pew, pew, pew.
So we gotta go straight to birds. I went to an event this weekend. Yesterday.
We're not fucking around.
We're not fucking around. We're
Gotta
going
get to
right
the
into
birds.
it. We're gonna get
So
right into
birds.
birds.
Mhm.
Last week, or last episode rather, 2 weeks ago, we talked about how birds are dinosaurs.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
met 2 dinosaurs yesterday.
Whoa.
One of the dinosaurs stood on my head.
That's
What?
the cutest.
Tell me everything.
I also met
How?
a 3rd dinosaur, though this was a person in an inflatable dinosaur costume, and he
Count.
did
Similar?
use his giant mouth to bite my head in a
That's-
No, I don't
comedic
like that.
turn.
Oh.
It was funny. But the real dinosaurs I met. So we met a very delightful African
Oh.
spotted owl. They are.
Oh.
She was about, I would guess, a foot tall
Oh.
and about 5 inches in diameter. Like we're not talking like a big bird. We're
Oh.
talking like a cozy little owl. She had
He's
He's just a
adorable,
little guy.
adorable little horns
Mm.
and the biggest yellow eyes. And she was hanging out with
The
this guy.
better to see you with.
It's true. She was hanging out on the guy. The guy had like one of those falconer gloves on. She's just perched on the glove, hanging out, and just
God,
like
birds love to perch.
Yeah. They perch.
doing the thing. doing the
Perching.
full head turn thing, or
Hell
the
yeah.
the
Where's the-
265-degree head turn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. It's like
Very cool. It
most
was
of the way.
so cool to see this bird because it was very chill. It seemed like
Aw.
curious about us, but not spooked by us or anything.
Oh,
And we found out the
nice.
gentleman who was holding her was like, "Oh yeah, I raised her from an egg. And he was like, "This is the first thing she saw." And he like circles his face with his hand. And I was like, "That's very cute." This
What happened to her parents?
good question.
we didn't get into it.
Go.
Oof.
He's a kidnapper.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh.
The other bird was, and I can't be sure. I didn't get a lot of follow up, but some kind of parrot, like
Okay.
gray, blue head, yellow beak, good vibes, pretty
Love it.
like
Okay.
big, not as big as like a big gray parrot. Like the really big parrots are huge. This was like half the size, maybe 2/3, but not like a parakeet or something either.
Okay.
And we're standing there. We've got our drinks. He's the same guy walking around with this new bird, and he has it handed off to a woman who's like across the circle from me, and the bird's standing on her hand, and he feeds it like a sunflower seed. And I was like, "Oh, cool! I'd like to go." So I put my hand out, and he's like, and he just sends the bird onto my head.
Oh.
So the bird's spiky little feet are like touching my scalp. And
Aw.
it wasn't unpleasant or anything. It was really cool. And then he fed it a sunflower seed, and like a sunflower seed shell bounced off of my head and onto the floor. And then the bird like flew back to him. And so that was really cool.
So how did it
And
feel
where
being
was
in
this?
heaven?
Heaven.
It was
Of
really
course.
great.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
So the what came up a bunch is during our honeymoon with my wife Jenny, we went to Italy. We were near the Trevi Fountain in Rome. And like just like a random older woman walked up to us, and she had a couple of parakeets.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she was like, would you like a picture with the birds? And I foolishly was like, "Yeah, this is fun. We're doing honeymoon stuff, whatever."
How much did it cost?
So I get a couple of pictures on my phone of
Okay.
these birds on Jenny. And then the woman's like, "That'll be 40 euros."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." It's like, never mind, just take the money. We're out of here. This is
Yeah.
over. I
Yeah,
understand
our
where I went
bad.
wrong. This is done.
And let that be a lesson to me.
Yeah. Very expensive bird pictures, but I got mine.
Well,
yeah.
that's nice. So did you know that there were going to be birds here
No.
when you were celebrating your anniversary? So just a nice little
So
synchronicity
perfect.
for you.
Yeah, so there was the Delaware Museum of Nature and Science had an event called Wine and Dinosaurs, and so there was there's like tables with different alcohol sampling, and there's tables with food, and then there were people dressed up in dinosaur costumes walking around, and some people dressed up kind of like
10.
Jurassic Park workers, so they're in like jumpsuits
Oh
and
my
hard
God.
hats, and they were like leading
This is so
dinosaurs
fun.
around.
Yeah.
And there was like an acoustic duet playing music. So we walked into one room and they were playing an acoustic cover of No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age,
Oh.
which was like,
Oh.
at once
Queens
I
of
was
the
like,
Stone Age. I get it.
yeah, we're getting
Get
it, Stone Age. And I was like, at once, this is cool. I've never heard this acoustic before. And two, I'm old because this is officially the music of a place with a silent auction.
Right. Yeah, this is like when I hear Evanescence on the classic rock station, and I'm
Yeah.
like disrespectful.
People with 11-digit checkbooks are in the same room as this Queen of the Stone Age cover thing. But yeah, there's like a photo booth and a bunch of other cute stuff. It was neat. It was a very neat time. So did that, and then to the horror corner for my autumnal spooky viewings.
Yeah.
I finished watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, which
Yeah.
I loved, and
Yeah.
I feel like that stuck with me for a very long time. It's like a very bummer ending.
Yeah.
It's a hard
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
It's a hard ending.
Because yeah, I get it. I always, what I love about horror is the stories that have a character where I'm like, oh, she's been haunted through the whole series, and now she's just fucking haunted forever. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how this ends, is not
Yep.
getting what you
Yeah.
want at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so that was tough. And then I watched Midnight Mass also in its entirety.
Yeah. Also.
also ends on a rough note, but at least it
Yeah.
ends on
Yeah,
kind
sure
of
does.
like it ends on a note of phew, I guess that's over, question mark.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
But I really think, because I read a lot, and Midnight Mass has like a mixed reception from people.
Yeah, people, I think that's his most like controversial
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
people didn't love it.
No.
and like I read that one criticism was just that it's very monologue-y. And I see that. It is. It is a lot
It-
of people
I guess
talking
so.
at each other in long monologues. But
It's also the first one was like not based around a house, I guess, like he did.
Yeah.
So it felt different from the other two.
it's kind of also thematically
I
monologue-y.
was
Like
going through the movies.
it should be, right? Like it's a show about different kinds of proselytizing
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mhm.
stories we tell to understand life and death, right? And so all of those do
Yeah.
have to be longer because people have to unwind their
Yeah.
philosophy about something. But what I thought was really remarkable about it is it's probably the most favorably nuanced take on, hey, religion can sometimes be a cult sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And it says it in a way that's like, hey, these aren't even bad people. It's just that the
Exactly.
complexity of if you believe in something completely and then
Yeah.
someone tells you that doing horrible things that run counter to your general operating like way of doing things is okay because it's now mandated by this,
Yeah.
Right.
maybe you should take a second before you go like, oh, this is morally correct because it aligns with this person saying that it's okay. So therefore it's like, I thought that was very sly. And I think it does a great job because none of the, like, there's only one person in the whole show who is religious, who is bad. And it's because she's power hungry, not because
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
religious. Right. And everybody else is religious.
Well, she's also just a weenie.
Well,
Yeah.
she's like obviously the like teacher you forgot to assign as homework person from the beginning.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And she just gets worse and worse and worse. And she's the example, like she's just, I mean, she's Trumpian, right? Like
Mm.
her self
trad wife. She's big time trad wife.
Mhm.
and she's just like she self-validates every evil thing she does by being like, well, we're
Mhm.
chosen. Well, I'm pious. This is right. It's okay for me to do these things because I'm a good person under this rubric. So it doesn't matter if I hurt people. But
Yeah, I mean that is the crux of a lot of what we're seeing with the problem with religion these days is my actions cannot be bad because I am good.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because I'm following this person who says that this is okay to do, right? And
Not even necessarily I'm following, just I am a good person and therefore everything I do is good.
Yeah.
Like it follows.
yeah.
So there's no like now I'm back to her character. There's no like introspection
Yeah.
about that.
Well, yeah, it all hinges on the idea that once you're told that what is happening is God's will,
Mhm.
you can do anything under that umbrella because it's all
Yep.
God's will. And it's like, but that's not really the intention, I
Yeah.
don't think, or at least it shouldn't be. So I thought that was really excellent. I think that the
Mhm.
ending line of that series is amazing. Like
What was it? I don't remember.
the Lisa in the raft in the boat says, I can't feel my legs, and then smirks a smile.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That ties off the potential that like, oh, this nightmare could be over now. Like we
Mhm.
could have solved all the problems. Yeah, it was just really good. I do think my only beef with it is I think it could have been like maybe an episode longer. Like it's only 7 episodes and it felt a
did
little rushed at
end
the end.
abruptly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it really rushed into Father Pruitt and the younger mom's connection at the
Mhm.
end. And I thought that was really well done, but it would have been a little cooler if there was more tail to that going into it. But
Mm.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I started watching Midnight Club. So I'm 2 episodes into that.
Mm.
I think it is really wonderful. Like it's doing similar things to all the other series, but it's doing it in a very different way.
Yeah.
And it's connecting like, I don't know. I mean, I'm really like, oh yeah, I'm connecting to these kids who are in this weird position. I think that the one Like the one scene that stuck with me particularly is like the one kid has AIDS and he like accidentally
Oh.
cuts himself and he
Yeah.
panics about it. And everybody else is like trying to do this. And then the one girl who's the Irish girl is like
Yeah.
telling our protagonist, I'm really bad with names for these things, so I'm just
I
but
wouldn't
I don't
remember them
remember.
anyway. I'm glad
but
you're
yeah,
describing
but
them.
you know, she like the protagonist is like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, whatever, like, and she's like, no, we don't talk that way, like
Yeah.
you don't make him feel different, like that doesn't help anything because that
Mhm.
turns into other things. It turns into different prejudices and different kinds of stuff, and it really does track, right? It's like because I think what's so interesting about the whole Flanagan verse is it's like the ways we haunt ourselves and haunt each other and how
Mhm.
subtle and small they often are, right? Because
Mhm.
like there are jump scares and there are ghosts and there are big spooky things and there like all sorts of stuff happens in these, right?
But
Like
those are the fun parts.
yeah. Like when you see the angel for the first time in Midnight Mass, it's like, oh fuck, this
Mhm.
is
Oh, fuck.
wild, and it's also okay. I have to rewind briefly to commend that series for so effectively never bailing on that bit. Like
Mm.
it's just like this is an angel. And
Yeah.
the text tells you, hey, every time an angel shows up in the Bible, it's really scary. And they always got to be like, hey, don't be afraid of me.
Be not
I'm an
afraid.
angel.
Mhm.
And it's like, cool. Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is something else. It is a terrifying thing that I have seen depicted in other shows in this manner. And it is clear what this
Right.
is. But everybody here is just like, yeah, sure, cool. And I love that. I love that commitment and that sort of like I love a show being like trusting enough of its audience to be like, hey, look, we're
Mm.
going to keep saying this is this. And you're going to always feel dissonance about that
Yeah.
because
And that's the point.
everybody says
Duh.
angel and you're thinking, this fucking vampire
No.
motherfucker. This is a vampire.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop saying it's an angel. This is all vampire stuff. And it's like, well, no. But that's part of the beauty of the metaphor is if you got vampire powers, which include eternal youth and eternal life and all these things, and the person who told you about them was a person of the church, you would be like, well, fuck, this is a fucking miracle. This is God's will. And it's like, no. It's spooky. Midnight Club is doing a great thing where it's dealing with the ways we haunt ourselves, but it's also because these are all young people dealing with the ways that we like subtly and quickly dehumanize ourselves, right? And like how we break ourselves down. I also like Flanagan's really good about that too, because like in Hill House, he's really good about the dehumanization of mental illness or drug addiction and things and how like we
Yeah.
degrade ourselves. And Bly Manor is very similar, like regret is a way of degrading ourselves and the way that we degrade ourselves through classicism and things like that. He's just really good. It's just all really good. I'm gonna rewatch because even though I've already seen
Follow the House of Usher.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I've already
Oh.
seen House of Usher.
Again, I was going through the movies. Focus up, Kelly. We're talking about TV.
But yeah, but I'm gonna rewatch House of Usher because I want to watch it through a different lens. I watched it through a very like the Sackler family sucks lens the first time, and now I want to watch it through like a Flanagan
The
lens
Sackler
where I'm
family
like,
is complicated.
Because
like,
I want to do
know-
it with the Flanagan lens.
yeah, like I
Yeah,
know all
same.
the stuff that's being referenced, but I'm not going to look through the reference to it. I'm going to look at it because
Yeah.
now I see this amazing cast of people that he brings together every time, and I will look at them a different way. Like Raul Coley, like I'm going to look at him differently in House of Usher now that I've seen all of his other turns because it's like, oh, I really like him now because he's been great characters throughout, and to see him be kind of a dick, it's going to be different. I'm going to feel empathy for this person who is
Oh, you
addicted
didn't
to
feel
drugs.
empathy for him the first
Not
time?
the first
Damn,
time, no.
I'm Flanagan pilled hard.
No, yeah, because I felt like, oh, he's just like the rich asshole party guy
Yeah.
that's handsome and he does whatever he wants, and I didn't feel anything.
Boy, he is handsome. Is he handsome? I hadn't
Oh,
noticed.
yeah. I mean, he hides it very well, but it's true. He's handsome. But yeah, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll
watch
pay
those,
attention
and then
next
I do fully I want to watch Gerald's Game, and I want to watch Doctor Sleep and everything else. I'm gonna get into all of it as time allows. But yes, I'm loving it.
excited for both of you to watch Absentia,
Yeah, I need
which
to
is
watch
like
that.
his first movie,
Okay.
I think.
Wait, are we saying an episode coming up?
Oh,
Okay.
Let me confirm.
Yeah.
I'll confirm.
Yeah.
I'll take it offline. I'll confirm.
Listeners, this is going to happen. We're going to do a first Mike Flanagan thing. It's just going to be. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Love Mike Flanagan.
God, same. Agreed.
I think that's all my MouthGarf report.
I love Midnight Club so much.
It's
and
it's really good.
it attached itself to me in a way that I never expected a TV show to do. So
I think about them all the time.
all the time.
Those characters, all the time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it's interesting. I wonder if this is part of it. That one of the interesting things about getting older is that when you look back on stories about young people,
Mhm.
especially like terminally ill young people,
Mm.
the realization of like, man, I got really lucky because this happens to people younger than me is there, right? That there's just, I don't know. I horror always does that to me, though. It makes me very existential. Like, it always puts in relief, like, well, what am I like holding myself back for on this shit? Because these people are holding it back so far that ghosts are literally like screwing with them. And how do I move on from whatever, you know? Yeah, horror is just so good.
That's a really optimistic way to watch horror. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just like, I always like how it usually makes me like good sad or like deep sad. Because it's
You didn't watch
it's like,
Truth or Dare, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to. I mean, maybe we do that. That could be a first. First
No,
time
that's
I
okay.
watched Truth or Dare.
Only if we watch it on
fine.
cable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Do you have anything, Chelsea?
So I changed the day. We changed our recording day. I also changed my mouth guard day to the same day, not on purpose. This was because of my dentist appointment. Like 7 weeks ago? I say 7 weeks because I have 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks until my next appointment. That will hopefully mean I get them taken out. But I made a comment today and I fucked myself
Not her
over.
teeth. For new listeners, she means her
know.
Invisalign.
I don't know. But I made a comment today and I was like, I don't think any of these retainers are doing shit. Like, they don't feel like they're moving anything. And it's like my retainer heard me. And then I put it in and I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
This one's doing shit. And so like I have subtly in the back of my mind this entire episode been like, man, my teeth hurt. Oh, they
Oh
hurt.
no.
But it's good because my teeth,
No.
the problem is these back teeth aren't touching each other and they're touching each other now. So it's going well. And hopefully in 3
progress.
weeks, my teethies will be free. And birds are migrating. So I've been watching some birds migrate. I haven't seen any of them close enough to actually pick out what they are. But they're very pretty. And I just like, while the sun's going down, I go out and walk. Because we're getting fall weather, which is nice, but it's also getting dark so early. So
Yeah.
getting walks in has been very difficult.
I had a couple of birds in the last couple days. There's a blue jay in the backyard today.
Beautiful.
That I saw.
I did see a blue jay this morning.
I had a northern mockingbird
Oh,
stop by,
hi.
and it was
Ooh,
singing
la,
along
la.
with some finches, some house
Aw.
finches. That was interesting. We also have what are they called? Are they're like chimney somethings? Chimney
Sweeps.
Chimney
Swift?
sweeps? Chimney
Something-
swifts.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like
Yeah.
that.
We get chimney swifts
Very
here this
close
time of
to
year, where if you
Oh.
go out at dusk, you can see them like in groups of like 100. They like swirl around and then go fly
Oh,
into
wow, that's
chimneys
scary.
to like nest for the night.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. A little bit
Are
like
y'all's
the bats in
chimneys
Austin.
closed up?
Oh,
Are y'all's chimneys secure?
are you asking
Are they-
me?
I mean,
Yeah,
we
both of you?
our,
I
My
don't know
ours
who
chimney
has
is
a
does
chim- I
have a
know.
cover.
the one in my house is,
Okay.
and I don't think it's big enough for them to be interested in. I
We
think
paid
they
a
go
lot
in
of money when we moved in.
Yeah.
Cover ours.
Got that nice new chimney.
That's disgusting and I hate
getting
it.
that chimney money.
There's mostly
Um,
black widows in it, so we're not opening it. We're leaving it closed. I had
That's my
to.
chimney.
I had
That's where I
to.
keep my black widows.
I say that there were like 3 black widows on my door, and there was one black widow
Ah.
that I just let be, and she's gone. Or
Where's
she's
she at?
here. I don't know.
Or she's here.
Yeah, because we discussed that you
I had a
left
friend.
one
I
and
befriended
said
one.
like, hey, as long as you stay here and we stay
She
here,
did not
cool.
stay there. She did not fucking stay
Yeah.
there.
She
I
moved
do not
and
know
she
where
brought
she is.
friends.
Yeah, I think
Now
so.
there's
Or
friends.
she had babies, and the babies
Yeah.
are what I'm seeing, and the babies are everywhere. Man, there are so many of them. I am so freaked out. I see Black Widows just as much as I see any other spider, and I have a spider problem. So it's fine. I have a
Okay.
bug people that come out and spray that they don't do anything. It's fine. It's fine. I spend too much money on it. Oh, I got scammed. Got a no solicitor sign on my door.
And if the spiders keep coming knocking.
They were on the door with the fucking by the
No.
slugs, you guys.
Well, maybe they're on the door like she said no solicitors.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's so
yeah.
sweet. I killed
They're
it, so I feel
enforcing
bad
the
now.
rules.
Oh, well.
They're just glancing askew at the fucking slugs on the door.
I hear it's so painful to get bit by one, and I am concerned.
Yeah.
I feel like you survive, but it's just painful. And I don't do
Doesn't
well
sound
with
good.
pain.
no, don't do it.
I don't do well
it.
with discomfort. I don't do well when I'm not just cozy and comfortable all the time.
Oh yeah, no, that's why
Yeah.
that's why look, I realize we haven't done this in a while, but Chelsea, thank you so much for doing the podcast because I know it's all uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah.
I am in a chair, not in a sofa. I do not have blankets. It has been difficult.
And you have to listen to me. Like how much worse can it get?
For the listener, though, she is holding her mug in a very cozy way.
Two hands.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
fucking hands.
2 hands. That's the way to do
That's
it.
true. It is a tall mug too. That's
It's
like
No, Chelsea's
Ozark
just
Technical
tiny.
Community College. I have no idea where we got this.
Probably Ozark Technical Community
Yes,
College.
for sure. Definitely went there.
Just shopped at the gift shop.
Kelly, MouthGarf.
Oh boy. My only update is my brush with death.
Let's talk about
Oh,
So,
yeah.
um,
Like, I was
yeah,
like, what?
it.
Yeah, no, it's the one you
Like,
know
we
about,
haven't
but
been
it
up to date on it.
It's
Well,
literally a
okay.
toothbrushing accident that we didn't hear about earlier.
that's actually how
My
I'm
water
tying it
pick
in.
got away from
is
me.
They didn't give me a toothbrush for my overnight stay
Oh,
in the
no.
hospital until the next morning. And the
Oh.
nurse who gave it to me was like, "They didn't get you a toothbrush
Yeah.
last night?"
Oh.
Yeah, and you're like,
It's
I
like,
had to
no.
pay $60 for a phone charger too, motherfucker.
I had
Come
to
on.
DoorDash a fucking phone charger to the
Nightmare.
ER. So I went to the ER with very, very, very low blood pressure and very weak pulse, but very rapid pulse.
Oh.
And apparently, so I was joking every time I was like, I was on death's door. I read through the ER notes today. Y'all, I was on death's
No.
door and nobody told me. Yeah, apparently I was all fucked up, is what they wrote.
Medical
the-
terms. Yeah.
That's a clinical
Medical
diagnosis.
term.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name
AFU.
of it. Yep,
Mhm.
that's it.
AFU, I see
There
you
were-
now.
There are two things. There are two quotes that I wanted to pull.
Oh my God.
So one of them is, I was hyperkalemic,
Oh.
which I guess means my potassium levels were
Oh.
bonkers.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
guess it was a potassium thing if your heart rate is low.
No, heart rate was
Well, heart
very
rate's
high.
rapid, but blood
low
pressure's
blood
low.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, so I went in because I was like lightheaded, like almost gonna faint, short
Yeah.
of breath, nauseous, the whole shebang. I waited in the ER so long to be seen that like my fingers and toes were turning blue because I
Oh,
was not
no.
getting
That's
the
not.
oxygen.
You didn't tell us that.
No, it's bad.
That's real bad.
It was bad. No, I didn't share a lot of the scary
Mhm.
stuff.
Sure.
Because
I was already like
Um,
staying up late waiting
Yeah,
to
we
hear
were all
something.
very
Oh,
worried.
no.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry.
No, look, hey,
I could have given more updates.
No, it's not about. It's whatever you need to do.
yeah.
I was posting through it. Y'all just need to follow me on Blue Sky.
I did check in with
Kelley
you.
Attaway.
I did check in with you there because I was like, well, at least she'll say something here.
Yeah, I was posting through it. Yeah, no, here are two quotes I wanted to mention from the doctor's notes. One is about my hyperkalemia, poses a risk to bodily function and her life.
Woof.
So that's good. I wish that they had mentioned that. Which, reading that, I was like, this is why they didn't like when I suggested I take a lift home and just grab some Gatorade on the way.
Yeah, yeah. They were
'Cause
like,
I thought they were just treating me for being dehydrated.
Mm.
And then the other thing is, the doctor noted that I do not have hot potato voice?
What? What's hot potato
What
voice?
What is?
Couldn't tell
what is
you.
that?
Oh,
And is it good or bad that I don't have it?
yeah. Great question.
Is that good or bad?
hot potato?
I don't know.
Nate's looking it up.
I'm
I
looking
was
it
gonna
up.
look it
I'm
up,
gonna
but
see
since
if I
he's
can
looking it
figure
up,
it
I'm
out.
gonna let him go. Hot
Yeah,
potato,
I
hot
chose not to
potato.
look it up because I was like, I'm just going to wonder.
Yeah. We're
Okay,
gonna leave
a
it to Nate.
Hot potato
A hot
voice. Hold on,
potato
hold on.
voice is,
What do we
quote-
think? No, don't tell us. Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
Ooh.
Can we guess?
Do we need to mimic it? Is that going to be really offensive?
This is going to be like our
Nate, will it be
Babadook
offensive
episode.
if we try to mimic hot potato voice?
I don't
Ooh,
think
good
so.
question.
No.
Okay.
This is safe for us to guess.
Okay. Is it where you're talking very fast and then skipping words?
Oh, like throwing hot potato.
Yeah.
That's great thinking.
Nate, you have to
That
tell
would
me
make
yes
sense
or
if
no.
my heart rate was
No,
really
it's not.
high.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
damn,
It's not
okay.
rapid at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it?
Okay.
It's not the. It's not
Is it
the
like-
speed. Is it the
Is it
volume?
like crackly? Like a crackly voice?
You want to think
Ooh, like the
about
skin
maybe
of a
what it would
potato?
sound like if you had a hot potato in your mouth and you were talking.
Oh, it's Chubby Bunny. It's Chubby Bunny, but with potato.
Yeah, yeah.
How
That's
hell
that's-
that? Is that
yeah.
what it would be?
There are some videos on YouTube of this. I'm not gonna play
I feel
them
like this
'cause-
might be offensive.
Yeah.
I apologize
might
if
be
anybody has had
offensive.
hot potato voice.
I'm sorry. It was just a surprising thing to find in my doctor's notes.
Ugh. In the future, if any of us run for anything, this is what's going to be
It's a
referenced.
thick muffled voice.
Oh, a thick muffled voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so thick muffled voice. It's a symptom of perontocillar abscess, PTA,
Oh,
or
that sounds bad.
peritonsillitis.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it would be like you're literally
your
like you're
tonsils
kind
are
of
too
choking on
big.
your tonsils.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
it's like when you cut open a baked potato and squish it.
yeah, yeah. It's
like your tonsils
sure,
are-
yeah.
gross. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, gross.
Ooh.
But yeah, you would have like sore throat or difficulty swallowing, fever,
Okay.
drooling, saliva, ear pain, a bunch of things. If you had PTA,
Mm.
I'm glad
um,
that you
okay.
don't have potato.
Nope, I'm good. I'm all
A.
set there.
but yeah, it just seems like if you've got like muffled voice and you
Okay.
could have drainage from an abscess. So maybe they were thinking that you had
okay.
like some sort of infection that was causing the
Maybe.
potassium issue, and they were like,
Oh.
well, she doesn't have hot
Yeah.
potato voice, so I don't think it's an infection there.
We can rule that one
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I don't know. So, 2 fun surprises in the ER notes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my.
Oh, I'm okay. Everybody, I'm okay. No.
Yes, thankfully you are okay. And that was the MouthGarf report?
I think so. Garfield is on Netflix.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. All right.
I shouldn't have
Okay.
said that. I regret it.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
say
I
it.
don't want to watch it.
We're gonna
Taking it
put it.
back.
We got to do it. We got to do the first Garf reboot movie, first new Garf movie.
Yeah.
We'll do it
Mhm.
later. We'll do it later. It's
Okay.
fine. We're not gonna do. Look,
We'll do it in the new year.
We've got something we're doing next, and something
Yeah.
after that we know about, and then we can do it sometime. Yeah.
We'll do it
And we'll
eventually
forget.
in a couple of years. Whenever there's a new Garfield movie that
There you
doesn't
go.
star Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we can be like,
yeah.
let's
Cool.
talk about the first Garfield Chris Pratt movie.
Live action Garfield movie.
Oh, there you go. What if they
Claymation.
made a Garfield movie where the cat is a real cat and everybody else is animated?
I'm sold.
Right?
Green light.
hmm
Green light.
Let's do that.
Ooh, there are neighborhood cats, and I got to hang out with a cat today, and I was very excited.
Aw.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
That was my added mouth garf. That's my garf. It's a little gray cat.
That's your
It was very
garf.
cute.
It's a little neighborhood kitty
I bought
situation.
some
Yay.
cat treats. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be it. Sorry, I'm adding on to the garf before we jump into the next one. We bought a bunch of cat treats so I could give them out to neighborhood cats when we walk because I love cats.
Mhm.
Also dogs, but there are not as many dogs walking around just all willy nilly. But we bought the cat treats. We were at Target, and there was a possum under the car. And then Ryan decided to give the possum most of the treats.
Most of them.
He was trying to like coax it out, and he didn't want it to be sad.
I understand.
Yeah.
And
I
but
like
they
that.
didn't want any of the treats. It didn't want any of them, but we lost half the bag to it. I had to slowly
Aw.
back out to let the possum, and then it ran into a bush. But possums are cute. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
know this.
Yeah,
safe.
no, the possums are
cute.
great. They're
Yeah.
doing stuff. You know what else is great? Moodang.
Moodang is great.
Yeah.
Look,
We love
hey.
Moodang.
I don't want
Just a little
I don't want
guy.
the Moodang meme to ever go away. I
No.
love Moodang.
By the time this comes out,
It's over.
people have
I know.
no idea.
Everybody's
what
like,
we're
what are you
Yeah.
talking about? We're onto a
There will be a
completely
new
different animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, why don't we play a game?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's
don't we?
do it. It's time to play I See What You Did There.
What you did there.
And we're going to be talking about Beatles and juice.
Oh.
My two favorite subjects.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna have a
I
great
know you
time.
said this, but I did not put that together.
It's going to be so good. It's going to
Okay.
be so good. You're going to love every
Sure.
minute of it.
Mhm.
You're already loving it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You
You
tell us
are
that.
you
Okay.
are an undercar possum being just pelted with delicious cat treats, and you're like, this
did
is
not
my
like that.
dream. Why are you throwing someone else's food at me? I'm trying to hide from you.
Mhm.
Do you think all mammals look the same?
Ooh,
I
yeah.
do.
Racist. Okay, number one. Michael Keaton recently revealed that he'd like to start being credited by his full name, his given name, something that he hasn't done because it sounded too like this Romancing the Stone, Fatal Attraction, and Basic Instinct actor. And this so-called Sin City hosts the Raiders, Caesar's Palace, and its name means the Meadows in Spanish.
Oh, did the Raiders move?
They sure did.
Are they no longer in Oakland?
They are not.
Shit.
Nobody's in
Okay.
Oakland anymore.
Are
The
they
A's
not?
left 2 days ago.
Well,
There's nobody in Oakland.
well.
Yeah.
Wonder where they went. What does it mean?
The Meadows in Spanish?
The Meadows in
The
Spanish.
Los
Los.
Meadows.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Los Meadows. That was good. Los is better.
Los
I
Meadows.
did law.
Los Meadows.
Could be loss.
It could
Okay.
be, couldn't it?
Could you repeat the entire thing again?
Yeah. Michael Keaton, the actor who plays Beetlejuice, recently revealed in an interview that he would like to start being credited by his full given name, his birth name, something that he has not done up to this point because it sounded too much, or rather, too exactly like this Romancing the Stone, Fatal Attraction, and Basic Instinct actor's name. And this so-called Sin City hosts the Raiders, Caesar's
Oh.
Palace, and its name means the Meadows in Spanish.
Got it. Las Vegas.
It sure
Okay.
is Las Vegas, yeah.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Had to focus in on. I got hung up on Oakland last time. Miss Sin City.
Michael Douglas, Vegas. Wait, no.
Yeah,
Michael Douglas, Vegas.
Michael Douglas Vegas. That
Oh,
is
God,
correct.
there we
You see what I
go.
did
Okay.
there?
Thank God you got
Michael
that
Keaton's
one, 'cause
full
I would
given name
not.
is Michael Keaton Douglas.
Oh, damn.
I was like Michael B.
He
Jordan.
came out in an interview like 3 weeks ago. He was like, "Hey, I want to start going by my full given name. I never
Just to
did
be
this."
a bitch.
Michael Keaton, you're 78.
He's like,
No.
now I'm gonna go by. Now everyone's gonna think I'm in all those movies.
Right? Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know. I don't know what the end game on it is, or if it'll even ever happen. Like it's sort of like the whole Michael Keaton brand is well built. It's a little late to
Yeah.
pivot,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Live your life, right?
Sure. Go for it.
In fact, if we say Michael Keaton
Good
Douglas,
luck.
Michael Keaton Douglas, Michael Keaton Douglas, oh shit, he's right here in my office.
Oh, I would love that.
Whoa, that's gonna be annoying.
Inexpensive.
Michael Douglas Vegas, number 2.
Perfect.
Nice.
This, quote, sad, unquote, Beatle scored a number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 with his 1971 single, It Don't Come Easy. And sandworms are commonplace on this spice-heavy desert planet from the Dune series.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
It's Arrakis.
It is Arrakis. It sure is.
Is that the planet?
Yes.
Mhm.
No, that's the beetle.
Oh, okay.
George Harakis?
No.
Oh.
You got there's only 3 more Beatles. You'll get
I
there.
know, I'm trying
Ringo
to...
Starrakis.
Ringo Starr.
Ringo Starrakis. You see what I did there? Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
He's the sad one?
Yeah, he was
Oh.
supposed to be the sad one.
Oh.
Because in I think it's in Hard Day's Night or Help. One of the two. Like one of his scenes is he goes off by himself and he's just like walking along a river moping. And so he
Aw.
was the sad
Oh.
beetle. Although
Aw.
the song It Don't Come Easy, which was his number 4 single, was co-written by George Harrison. So
Oh,
A
so
little
you
bit
had
of everybody.
You had it right.
there's a
both
little bit of
times.
everybody in
I-
here.
A little
A little
bit.
bit of everybody. All right, Ringo Starr-Rakis. Number 3, masticating, triturating, and centrifugal are 3 primary methods for extracting liquid from fruits and vegetables. And this influential Swedish director of The Seventh Seal, Persona, and Wild Strawberries was a big influence on Tim Burton's gothic sensibilities.
Okay.
Burton was even supposed to direct a manga adaptation about an imaginary visit on 1950s Hollywood featuring this director.
Will you repeat that?
Yes. Masticating, triturating, and centrifugal are 3 primary methods for this extraction of liquid from fruits and vegetables.
Juicy.
Great. And this Swedish director of The Seventh Seal, Persona, and Wild Strawberries was a big influence on Tim Burton's gothic sensibilities. Hint, playing chess against death on the beach. Feels totes Burton-y, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know the movie. I can't think of the director. Is it Sing something? Sing
There's an ing. I'll give you the ing.
Ing
Yeah. Ingmar. No, that's
That's
the
the
actress,
actor.
right? Ing-
No, you. I don't look. You're
Is
on the
it?
right track. You're on the right track.
we?
I think the actress is Ingrid.
Ingrid. Do they both have the same last name?
Right?
Ingmar
Juice
Bergman?
Ingmar Bergman?
Ingmar Bergman. Yeah. Put them
Okay.
together. Yeah. Juice Ingmar Bergman. You see what I did there?
Great, we're so good. Oh,
But yeah, Tim
no.
Burton was supposed to direct a manga adaptation of What If Ingmar Bergman Visited 1950s Hollywood?
That's interesting.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's going to use the money that they're going to give him from the success of
Ha-ha.
Beetlejuice 2.
There it is.
And that can be
Beetlejuice.
his passion project, Megalopolis.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
And he'll use CG
Oh, no.
and claymation to bring Ingmar Bergman back.
Well,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, number 4.
I got nauseous.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
That one was so trying for me. I thought we were at the end. Okay.
It was a very
Whew,
look,
okay.
it's a very long one. It's the most text dense of these. They're all shorter from here. Number 4. This iconic German people's car is
Okay.
officially called the Type 1, but is more often referred to with this insectoid nickname. And this campy, diminutive 1993 horror film starred an Ewok and a friend.
Wait, can you say the second part again?
Yeah, this campy, diminutive 1993 horror film starred an Ewok and a friend.
What year?
1993.
1993.
Okay.
It's not 1997, and therefore we don't know it.
And when I say a friend,
Oh.
It's a VW bug.
Beetle
Beetle?
Leprechaun?
Oh, beetle. That makes
You-
sense.
Beetle
Say it again.
Leprechaun?
yeah.
Beetle Leprechaun.
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen Beetle
You made me say it
Leprechaun.
3 times. Was that a trap?
Now he's here. Yeah, Volkswagen Beetle Leprechaun is what I was going for.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
'Cause that's
Oh, and a
people's
friend.
car.
I got it. The clap. Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting that to us. I did not.
sure.
Your clap didn't come
That's
through.
what-
It was silent. So that was
Oh
probably
well,
why
yeah.
I
It'll be
couldn't
silent
get
on
it.
the recording then too. That's
Yeah,
good.
I didn't get it. Mm-mm.
The
Gotta
important
turn
thing
off that
is,
background
I was like, why
noise
is he clapping?
suppression.
Is he
Clap,
clapping
clap.
because it's a bug and it's its wings?
yeah,
I have an ASMR mic. It's fine. You'll hear it here.
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
I don't know how to do the clap for it. I'm just
No
gonna
one
sound like
told
a
you
bug.
life was gonna end this way. Yeah, with a leprechaun.
With
Trying to murder
Beetlejuice
you.
in the afterlife.
All right, great. Number 5.
Hey.
Number 5. Tim Burton once adapted the story of Sweeney Todd, who is this kind of barber of Fleet Street.
Okay.
And since 2013, Burton has been romantically linked to this oft underutilized Italian actress who was featured as the oldest Bond girl in 2015's Spectre at age 50.
Demonica
Demonica. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her. Is it Bush?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Monica.
It's a
Monica
last
B
name. Don't
is
make
her
me
name.
do this.
It's Monica B.
It's Demonica Bellucci, yes. You see what I
Yeah.
did there?
We got Demonica.
Yeah, you got
and
Demonica.
that's-
You got the
Demonica.
bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so other cool fact, Monica Bellucci in 2015 was the oldest Bond girl ever at age
Oh,
50. So she is
Wow.
currently
She's hot.
almost
He
60.
is hot. For almost 60? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hubba hubba ding ding.
She
I
really
get
puts
it.
herself
I get
together in
it,
this
I
movie,
guess.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know her. I looked through her IMDb as well. But she's so familiar.
Right?
The whole time I was like trying to place
She's
her.
in the second Matrix movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the sequels.
She's in a bunch of stuff, but
Mhm.
She's
I
hidden
think like
in
she
the
just never gets
background.
to have a role. Yeah, she never really gets like she gets to be like, this is a striking woman.
Mm.
And then it's like,
she
now
gets to be beautiful.
move aside the men are talking. It's just bad. It's a
Mm.
bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I did there?
Yay!
Yeah.
We got through it.
We did. And now it's time to get through Debs.
How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs? How many Debs?
Yeah.
I don't know how to rate this. Are we rating culturally or as a movie?
I'm gonna rate it like I wanted to just go out with I'm gonna rate it as a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
My rationale is this. Every episode of Debut Buddies is a 5.
Yes.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah,
This
of
movie
course.
is really like a 3.5
Mm.
out of 5.
That's fair.
But I give it an extra half because of Beetlejuice itself being so cool.
Mm.
And somehow that gets us to a 4. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
I'm not a mathematician, but it
No.
happens.
None
Yeah.
of us are. Mm-mm.
I mean, going on vibes, I got to go 4
Yeah.
as well. Like, it's not a 4 out of 5 movie, like you said, but I'm not mad about it. 4.
I'm not mad about it.
Like, it was perfectly fine, right? Like, it was perfectly fine.
Well, and I think it's a movie that like we could watch, like we could
We-
make it a
yeah.
thing where we watch this every year together and talk about it again, and we're probably gonna like it more. and
We'd
more
probably
every
like
time
it
we do
every time. But yeah, we would probably like it.
Yeah.
I think
more.
I
we would
think
like
it
more.
grows in our esteem no matter what we do
It's a
because
grower.
it does have good bits across.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not a shower, it's a grower.
No.
Chelsea's right.
Good bits.
I think I will also go with a 4. Same for the same reasons. Conversation great. The movie
As
had
always.
some faults, but all in all, it was pretty funny, and I enjoyed sitting in it, and I didn't hate it when I left. I wasn't mad when I left. I have left
No.
movies recently where I was very angry when I left. No one
Yeah.
of them.
The Watchers. We're
Oh
talking
no,
to you.
that was fine. I watched that inside of my house, so that was fine. I was
Yeah, but there were
angry at
spiders
That
home.
movie
watching you
wasn't
the whole time,
good,
so-
but I wasn't mad.
Yeah, I wasn't mad.
So
It was just like
spooky.
okay.
Well, fine.
Crossover.
Crossover recording. Yeah, cool. Okay. Go see Beetlejuice. It's fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch it. You're gonna like
Or
it.
wait for it to come
Yeah.
out. Either
Yeah,
way,
it will
it's
be
gonna
out.
fine.
Yeah,
Right
it's-
by the
it's-
time this comes out. Watch it.
Definitely
Thanks
catch
for
it
me.
on TV.
Maybe you don't pay for the rental on
Definitely don't
Still be
pay
like
like $25 for the
Yeah,
rental.
Yeah,
don't
no,
do that.
do that.
Don't
I
do
did
that.
that for a movie over the weekend. Mm.
It's not always fun to do.
No, it wasn't, and it wasn't a fun movie. I don't know why I did it.
Dang it.
Did you walk out of your
Dang
house
it.
mad?
Almost.
Dang.
Mhm.
I'm out of here.
I understood what the movie was about. I should have known it was going to be upsetting, and I still purchased it. And then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, I'm upset.
Mm.
Yeah.
It Ends With Us. It's called It Ends With Us. It's the Colleen Hoover movie. I'm sorry.
Oh
man.
yeah.
It's
Yep.
very upsetting.
Mhm.
Don't watch it unless you want to be very upset.
Just
Sad.
want to watch domestic violence unfold.
Yeah, it is very
I'm gonna
bad.
skip that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip that one.
No,
And
thank
I'm
you.
gonna
angry
watch Truth
at a
or
lot
Dare
of the
again.
characters, not because of the well, partially because of the domestic violence. But all in all, there's a lot of mistakes made by the characters. I think they are not well written. Sorry, Colleen. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose I don't want to lose readers. I don't want to lose listeners.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely don't want to lose readers. If you're
Yeah,
reading the
don't wanna lose that
podcast
either.
using the
People are smarter.
automatic transcription thing that happens on your iPhone now, more power to you.
What?
I
Are
guess
they
you can
doing
read
that?
it.
No,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like
they're
Chelsea
doing
says in a
that.
very high pitched voice.
I don't think it's good enough to know which of us is talking.
No, yeah, it mostly just
a
says
wall of
indeterminate
text.
squealing is all it says, and then it's like episode over?
that's fair.
Question mark.
I think that should be our tagline.
On our next episode, we're going to talk about the first craft ever, and I'm not talking about mac and cheese. Okay, so
Dude, can we change it?
Ooh.
yeah, we
Although-
absolutely can.
I think we just changed the
First
episode.
mac and cheese.
Love that me and Chelsea
I
were both
fucking
like,
love
wait a
mac and
second.
cheese.
Well, listeners, you're going to find out. We're either going to talk about the first craft as pottery, or we're going to come back.
Both.
We're just going to eat mac and cheese on mic for 2.5 hours. We'll figure out
no.
which.
Not
Oh
on
my
mic.
God.
Not on mic.
Oh.
We can eat it
Ugh.
before, and then we'll talk about how good it is after.
Great. Okay.
5 dabs.
We didn't eat our pumpkin pie. We did eat our pumpkin pie.
We
But it was
tasted
only a
our pumpkin pie,
bite. Yeah.
but yeah, we weren't like shoveling mouthfuls
Yeah.
in and like
Well, we
letting
both
wet
found
mouth
out
sounds
that
happen.
my mic is the only one that picks up those noises, so I will be disgusting. You guys will be safe. I don't want to do
No,
that.
mine picks them up. I just strip it from my audio.
So smart.
I got to figure out how to turn that setting off, and it'll start being real wet in here all the time. But yeah, listeners, one thing or another is going to happen. You're going to love it, and then we'll be back again. It's going to be great. If you like this podcast, please subscribe, rate, review us wherever you listen. If you're using Apple Podcasts, for the love of God, give us 5 stars, okay? Don't make us call an otherworldly ghost remover character that isn't very often in the movies that he's top billed in. Just give us 5 stars and tell us a name that you like to say 3 times. And give us context.
Ooh.
Why do you say something
Yeah.
3 times? Do you say George Washington, George Washington, George Washington, and
That's
that's
too
like
much.
your kink? Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Tell us about
Wow. That's a
We're
weird
interested.
one.
govern me, daddy.
Ew.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
it. This is no. It stays
Was
in.
that Martha?
but-
Was that supposed to be
Oh
Martha?
gosh.
Or it's just like anybody at Project 2025.
That's grosser. That was grosser than what I
I know
did.
it was. It was absolutely grosser, and I apologize, and I retract it.
Yeah.
And my board is now on fire. I can't even reset the board. It is
Nope.
burning behind me. If you like the music, check out Michael J. O'Connor. He has been touring all over the Northern California region. If you're there, look him up. You can find Michael J. O'Connor. He's in a lot of bands now. It's pretty exciting. See what he's doing, or go to michaeljoconnor.bandcamp.com. Listen, buy, listen again, buy again. Just do it.
Yeah.
And if you miss me and Chelsea in the off weeks of Debut Buddies and you were really digging crossover corner today, then you can find us over at Never Show the Monster, where we talk about horror movies and we have big opinions.
Yes.
They got long legs on those opinions too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So long.
Little dolls.
I forgot to wear my long legs.
Little
ticket.
angels.
Oh.
Yeah. So hey, Beetlejuice.
What?
I think the episode's over, isn't it?
I guess so.
Is that what happens? Wait, we didn't
Does that end
really
it?
go
Home,
here.
home, home.
Can Beetlejuice in
Yoha,
capitalism?
yoha, yoha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. We should go with that. Okay. Hey, until next time. Yoha, yoha, yoha.
Yoha,
Yoha,
yoha, yoha.
It sounds like a song. Yoha,
does.
yoha, yoha. Yoha, yoha, yoha.
Yoha.
Yo.
You say yoha.
Yoha, 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 yoha.
We can't clear the rights. We
Can't,
can't clear the
doesn't even
rights.
come close to the song after that. Like
Yeah.
at the beginning.
I think
yes.
if we're off
But
key
we
enough,
got
it doesn't
way
count.
off there.
And we're not saying the words.
First is best, or first is worst.